Time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Happy Life Day, everyone. A Merry Christmas from Star Wars Escape Pod to you. Blake and I wish you all the best. And welcome to our commentary track for the Star Wars Holiday Special. It is not as exciting as it sounds because this is a globally disliked and hated part of Star Wars history. And we've decided to brave the elements and actually do a commentary track on this. So we're going to be cracking some jokes. If any of you guys expect to learn anything or take the holiday special very seriously, you may want to skip this episode. And if you don't have a copy at home, we'll get into that in just a moment. But welcome back once again to Star Wars Escape Pod.
Another happy landing.
All right, so the holiday special came out on CBS public television back in 1978 and was globally disliked by both George Lucas, the world, Lucasfilm, just about anyone who ever saw it. However, it's remained to be, like an ugly Christmas sweater, one of those things that just comes out every season. To some families, that's just an annual thing. You sit down and watch the Star Wars holiday special. And to most of us here on the show who are a bit younger than those who were privileged enough to see the original Star Wars in the theaters, we grew up with primarily the prequels and the re-release special editions in the 90s as our Star Wars. So we're dating ourselves a little bit here, but today, 3 out of the 4 of us are going to be seeing the Star Wars holiday special for basically the first time. And Blake has seen this a little too many times. But the first and foremost thing I want to say is this is a commentary track. So the idea is that you play this episode of the podcast while you watch the movie with us. And in a moment, we're going to sync up and press play at the same time. But until that happens, around the 10-minute mark, I would like to say a lot of people don't actually have this at home, and you can't actually find it on Disney Plus either. There is a small animated short called The Story of the Faithful Wookiee, which you can watch on Disney Plus. It's in the Star Wars Vintage Collection, which was part of the holiday special. But the actual holiday special is nowhere to be found on Disney Plus. There is a copy on YouTube. However, if you were to use that and sync up with us at home, we're watching a version that contains the original 1978 commercials, which premiered during the same airtime. And it really is the most authentic experience to watch this thing in. I would, however, I would put this on YouTube for you guys to follow us along with, but unfortunately it's being blocked by Disney because of the Faithful Wookiee short and of course the music and everything, so that's not possible either. So what I'm going to do is attach the audio of the Star Wars Holiday Special to this podcast episode, so you will be able to hear the full-length film as we talk. But that could be very distracting if you are, in fact, watching it at home. So what I recommend is if you did find a copy or have a copy with the commercials included, because like I mentioned, we are watching the ones with the commercial breaks, meaning if you find it on YouTube or online somewhere without the commercial breaks, you're going to very quickly desync from the timing of our comments. That means that when we say something, it might not make sense while you're watching it. So to watch it in context as we do, best way to do that is to find the copy that we're watching with the commercial breaks somewhere on the internet. And if that's not possible, you can just try and enjoy yourself right here on the show as you listen to the copy that we're watching. And I hope that's enjoyable enough. If you have the patience to listen to this entire podcast episode, that's, beyond more than I expect. I almost half expect people to turn this episode off after the 10-minute mark. But just as a forward, it's the most trickiest commentary that we've ever done because it is such a small group of people that actually own a copy of this or even have seen it before or want to see it or the accessibility in even finding this thing. Like it's very, very difficult to try and coordinate. So we're just going to do our best here and hope that this goes well and have a good laugh. And, if you just want us to keep you company in the car as you're driving on a very long road trip to and from your family's place, a couple states or provinces away, you will be able to hear the commentary of both us and the audio of the holiday special. Be warned, though, a lot of the holiday special is in Shriwook, which is the language that the Wookiees speak. So you may or may not enjoy that experience in itself. It might be quite, I guess the word would be difficult to understand. But you know what? That being said, I think I got all my disclaimers out of the way. So you've been warned. It is a very slow episode and a very boring Star Wars feature. So that being said, all the disclaimers are out there, and I'd like to first now introduce our of course returning co-host to the show, Mr. Blake. Welcome back.
Hello. Good to be here.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Yes, and we have two voices joining us, returning voices actually. Esteemed guest, Mr. Calvin. Mr. Calvin, welcome back.
Good evening. Happy Life Day to you all.
Happy Life Day. And,
is it canon yet? Is Life Day canon?
Life Day. Marvel Comics just released a one-shot Life Day thing, and on the cover was Han Solo and Chewie. So it maybe
canon.
Disney's way of actually acknowledging the holiday special this year.
Oh, maybe that canonized it. Did Han turn to Chewie? Don't worry, Chewie. Don't worry, Chewie. We'll get you home in time for Life Day. You'll see your family.
Chewie, we're home for Christmas.
Itchy, scratchy, and poochy baka.
Stop spoiling it. I haven't watched it yet.
And welcome back, Ben. It's been a while, man, since you've been on.
It has. Thank you for having me back.
When was the last time you were on here? Actually, I can't even remember.
Oh, I don't know what the episode is, but if you want, I embarrassed myself on a quiz.
Was it the last trivia that we did?
Yeah.
I think it must have been. Yeah. So that was probably almost a year ago now. So hey, you got another shot at this New Year's trivia that we're gonna do right around the corner.
Yep.
Chance to redeem yourself.
Chance to redeem yourself. Yeah.
We'll see.
That's right. So today we got the holiday special. Very. I don't want to call it controversial. It's just globally disliked. Like nobody likes it. Nobody likes this at all. And it came out in 1978. Good. It's not good, though. It came out in 1978. It was a television special directed by Steve Binder. So, George Lucas is not necessarily fully responsible for this at all. And it was the very first ever Star Wars spin-off film set between the events of A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Of course, very quickly decanonized it. Even before the whole Disney thing, I don't think Star Wars ever acknowledged that this was a thing. Like in the movies, this thing was just kind of forgotten about purposely.
It's funny that that's the case because so much of like the art and stuff has been stolen from it. Like even George himself. We'll see that part of the film takes place on Kashyyyk, and the Wookiee homes and the Kashyyyk itself looks exactly the same as Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. So when they did Kashyyyk in Revenge of the Sith, that was done based on Ralph McQuarrie's artwork for the original films and for the holiday special. But of course, with technology, it's like massively improved. But yeah, I guess like both of the ideas of portraying Kashyyyk in this particular way has, I guess, come from the same place. It's just one of them significantly better. It stars the main cast of the original Star Wars films. I don't know how on earth they got Harrison Ford to do this, but they did.
Money. And lots of money.
Yes, lots of money, and it was actually the very first on-screen appearance of Boba Fett, which the premiere of the Book of Boba actually comes out tomorrow. And anyone who watched Under the Helmet, which is the 20-so-odd minute documentary about the character, would know a little more details about that first appearance. And we're gonna take a look at it in this holiday special episode today. So
hey Blake, just remind the rest of the viewership, how many times have you watched this movie?
I have seen this 3 times, unfortunately. This is my 4th viewing. I'll wait for your critique at the end to see, I guess, your thoughts on how strong-willed I am. I think before we jump right into it, there's one quote of George Lucas I wanted to read, because I think it's very fitting for what we're getting into here. So this is on CBR, and it says, Lucas has rarely spoken about the holiday special, but he once opened up at a fan convention and famously said, if I had the time and a sledgehammer, I would track down every copy of that show and smash it. So
that's a great way to kick this off. I must say, thank you for finding that.
No worries. I knew going into this, we needed to really set the tempo here. Everyone needs to know what we're in for.
All right. But before we get this started, I just want, Ben, what are your thoughts? What are you expecting from this?
Oh man, I'm almost expecting it to be so bad that it's so good. Like, we're about to see something that very few people on Earth have seen, and I'm about to be part of that. I wish I could
say it's true.
Calvin, what about you?
So I've seen like a couple of like reviews on this movie, like just for my own entertainment sake, but I haven't seen the movie. I'm afraid that it's gonna be super boring. Like, I'm just worried that it's not gonna be like the good kind of bad. I'm worried it's gonna be the bad kind of bad.
Like, almost like when you did Ewok Adventures, I think everyone, it was like an arousing, like, that was better than I thought it would be. Right?
Arousing.
I think this is going to be the opposite of that, is what my thoughts are, because I've never actually fully sat through the full thing or had the patience to. Right. So yeah, let's give this a go. And Blake, number 4.
Number 4,
just as good as number 3.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1.
Because
Punch
the
it.
Special program, Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
CBS.
Oh look, a reused shot from A New Hope.
It's so blurry.
Yeah. Are these recycled from A New Hope? They gotta be, right? That one is.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm pretty sure these are all recycled.
The interiors are reshot, but the exteriors are totally recycled.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I know it's an important day. All right, we'll give it a try. I'll set your coordinates. Won't jump far. I'll get you back there in time, pal. Trust me. Our only hope now is to outrun the Imperial garbage scow, though. I'm going to light school.
Man, planes, trains, and automobiles just ripped off the plot of this movie.
Getting home for a life day?
Yeah. Except they changed it to Thanksgiving, but it's basically the same thing.
Oh, there you go. A long, long time ago.
It's not even the right font.
The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Hey, that's the same voice as the Star Wars show.
Here's a question for you guys. Is this pre or post Mark Hamill's car accident?
Pre, I think.
Anthony Daniels as C-3PO.
Pre-Empire for sure. But I'm not sure when the accident was.
Chewbacca. R2-D2 as R2-D2.
R2-D2 as R2-D2.
As the voice of Darth Vader. Introducing Chewbacca's family.
Those monkeys look so messed
I hate
up.
it.
This is so
I hate
creepy.
it so much. You're so ugly.
Itchy.
Itchy. Look at that guy.
His son, Lumpy.
Lumpy the Wookiee.
Lumpy Baka.
Special guest star. Beatrice Arthur.
Oh, yes! Her!
Art Carney. Diane Carroll.
I think that's her natural hair.
The Jefferson Starship.
I love that they're in this.
Harvey Korman.
Oh, there you go. People tuned in for this.
And an animated Star Wars story on the Star Wars Holiday Special.
The first ever animated Star Wars right there.
The Star Wars
That's
Holiday
true.
Special is brought to you by
And then we got droids.
You know, when they did this, they probably never intended it to be rewatched.
No, they probably intended it to be
Dude,
archived
that's
hidden
the
away.
Ralph McQuarrie. That's the Ralph McQuarrie painting right there.
Yeah, that's like.
Well, we just used the actual
directly
painting
from the
itself.
painting. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
So
like
neat.
it. Yeah.
totally.
And it's just some cabin.
It's just a sitcom now.
Yeah, I'm getting sitcom vibes.
Hey, I have that exact same wooden toy. By the way, there is no subtitles.
That's right.
You get so sick of this sound. Whose idea was it to take a bunch of creatures that cannot talk and make them the stars of a movie?
Oh my gosh.
They did the
Itchy
same
looks
with
awful.
Ewok Adventures, too.
It's true. This must have been the inspiration George had for those films.
Yeah.
Josh, I do feel you owe us an apology. You should have told us to learn Wookiee before watching.
Book.
Yeah. Yeah, prerequisite to enjoy this fully is to learn Shriwook before you watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. People just don't understand this movie. It's not that it's a bad movie. It's just that you don't know the language. You know, the
It's not like
subtle
Mr.
nuance.
Bean. You just have to kind of like understand via their actions. But
Yeah.
Except Mr. Bean is funny.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Mr. Bean person, but he was a little easier to understand.
crush my socks.
It could be that he wasn't a giant hairy dog creature and had more physical and like facial cues.
That's it. It's all in the facial cues.
And I
all
mean,
the
look at
guys
that
listening
face.
at
That's
home.
just a dead. Look at that thing.
Mala gave Lumpy the garbage to take out. He's just looking out into the forest of Kashyyyk.
Oh no, Lumpy, what are you doing?
Don't do
What are
it.
you doing, man? What are you doing?
It's so you're
Get
gonna
off
fall.
the-
It's so far.
Get off the railing, man. Get off the railing.
That is a very long drop, actually.
Oh my gosh, Coppa, give me do a matte painting.
You know, it's so fuzzy that like the map painting doesn't look that awful. Like, you know, like used in a shot like that.
It's actually
Josh,
making the compositing better.
You're going to my theory. It's so bad that it's actually okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it works.
Well, we'll catch your opinion on that in 30 minutes.
Well, I shouldn't even say map painting. I should just say like just a painting, just straight up a painting.
Is this supposed to be Chewie?
Yes, Chewie.
Oh,
A photograph. Yep.
It's a really thick paint, like photograph. Look at that! Look
Got
at that
some
frame.
lights in there.
It's like six.
It's a holographic photograph.
But we saw it.
yeah,
It was
we're
just a
looking at-
picture.
Well, yeah, I think it's
I think you have
intended
to
to be the
pretend
first, like,
You have to
If you look,
pretend
his
it's a
eyes are like
hologram.
opening or something.
yeah, I think you got it, Calvin. I think it's intended to be a hologram,
You gotta suspend your
holographic
belief.
photo.
You gotta pretend that ILM helped out on this film. I don't know if
I just gave him the B-roll.
Yeah.
Calvin,
these his,
I gotta say, on your limited budget, the special effects of your movie were very impressive in
Oh, thank
comparison.
you.
Very.
Is this his parents and his nephew or something, or his brother?
That's Grandpa.
That's Grandpa.
Grandpa and his mom?
I forget
Grandpa
the name of
Itchy.
Grandpa.
And Lumpy.
Yeah, Itchy. Yes, Itchy, Lumpy, and Mala. Yeah.
And Mala's his mom.
So
His girlfriend.
Yeah, Mala
His
is
wife.
Chewie's wife. Yeah,
Chewie's wife.
which they recently canonized thanks
And
to
then-
Really?
Chuck Wendig in the Aftermath trilogy books.
And then
Yep.
Sniffy, or whatever his name is, the kid, is his brother, or Chewie's son.
Lumpy.
Chewie's
Lumpy
son.
is Chewie's son. Yeah.
Chewie has a son.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a real multi-generational family.
Well, at least it feels Star Warsy.
Yeah, this is basically someone saw what Stan Winston did with the Pazaak board, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have a bunch
That's
of weird people
easy.
in costumes. Easy.
Yeah, the random dance number really solidifies it as a Lucasfilm.
Just Cirque du Soleil, I guess. Josh, is this canon?
Nope.
What group is this? What planet are they from?
The I don't know.
Like, who's this for? Who did they think would enjoy this? Like, not Star Wars
that's
fans.
a good question.
Beats me.
It's
Well,
like,
at this point, Star Wars fans were 8 and 6.
yeah, but it's like it's an example of like they didn't know what Star Wars was popular, like why Star Wars was popular. They didn't realize it was because of like the lasers and the spaceships. So like, oh no, it's totally like that board with like the little characters that move around. That's what people liked about Star Wars. Let's make it like an 8-minute musical number with just that.
Everyone's favorite character is Chewbacca, so we got to have 6 of them all together, and we'd have no idea what they're talking about.
Just look at the eyes; they're so creepy. The way they like, oh,
Surprised George Lucas didn't do a special edition where he added blinking.
blinking eyes.
So while outlining the original Star Wars and planning its potential sequels, Lucas imagined a film just about Wookiees and nothing else. After the original film's success, its cast made a few appearances on TV variety shows. The head of CBS brought the idea of doing a TV special to Lucas, and although there are some internal disputes about the claim, according to J.W. Rinsler, everybody agreed that a television special was a good idea.
Yeah, George, I'm sure George was right on board as long as there's a big old fat check to go along with it.
Just like, at what point are you like making the movie and being like showing like a rough edit and be like, okay, was that long enough for the weird musical number on the board? No, longer. It needs to be longer. Are you sure we don't need to cut a few shots? No, it's fine. It's great. People will love it.
We need more. Bring in more weirdos. We need more weirdos. Extend the scene. Traffic control.
Is that a typewriter? Look at that, there's a typewriter in front of him.
These are the old-timey computer.
It's like the original Star Trek series where they just put a barbecue with lights and use it as like a computer interface.
That's hilarious. I don't know who designed Itchy, but I don't think they knew what Wookiees look like. It's so scary. It looks like
Pretty mangled, yeah.
He's like a monster from a horror movie, like a low budget 80s horror movie.
There he is. There's Mark.
R2.
Here, keep working on it. Hello, Mala.
Hits him with a hammer a few times.
Where's Chewbacca? Yeah. Not now, R2. Oh, wait a minute.
What has Mark Hamill said about this? I wonder if has he spoken publicly about this?
Watching that.
I don't
It's a
know.
good question.
Knowing Mark Hamill, he probably cracks jokes about it.
Yeah.
I think.
You know, he always does that.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
What's up?
Yeah,
I
he's
feel like
fun with
he'd be
everything.
honest. He'd be honest about it.
We'll
Yeah.
bring him to the screen. I want to say hello to him. You don't know where he is? Oh, he's not
He looks
there?
different though, doesn't he? Makes me wonder if he's
eyeliner
post-
on or something.
It's the hair.
Well, that too. But yeah, something's up with his eyes. I wonder if
He's got eyeliner
it's
and
post surgery.
eyeshadow. Look at it.
He's not there
Could
yet.
be
No,
that.
it looks almost like he's got like eyeliner on or something. Like they're popping more than they should.
Yeah. Looks off for sure.
He's got eyeshadow on for sure.
You know how Han and Chewbacca
Foundation.
are. Anything could have happened. They could have stopped off somewhere or been held up by an asteroid storm. Listen, I wouldn't worry.
Oh,
about
thanks,
Chewbacca.
Luke.
I know him, and he hasn't missed a life day yet, right? Well, there you go. He's not going to miss this one either.
It looks like he's got massive eye bags right now. They just put a bunch of makeup to cover it up.
Come on, don't look so worried. Now Chewie's not going to want to come home to a house full of long faces, is he? Come on, Mala. Let's see a little smile.
Yikes.
Come on.
Come on, Mala. Let's see a little smile. I do not want to see a Wookiee
Try and
smile.
enjoy your life, Dad.
It's pretty terrifying.
Might have it solved. R2! What are you doing? Watch that, will you? Oh,
It's like 1970s sitcom hijinks. Like, oh no, not the engine R2.
That's so true.
You can almost hear the laugh track behind them.
There goes the appearance of Mark Hamill. Does he come back?
I don't know. I've repressed it.
I feel like he comes. Doesn't he come back at the end and like sing or something?
I know Carrie Fisher sings. Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah. So Mark doesn't.
They might be a group number, but I think Carrie does most of the singing.
That computer.
It almost seems like
system-
there's no regard for like the previous design choices.
No.
Oh, yeah. No.
You know, like it's just like this is just whatever they had. They didn't seem to follow the canon they established in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, this was a
there was
TV
that.
special by a different studio. They just wanted to make something. They didn't care.
Yeah.
I saw a droid just now that they used on Mos Eisley at one point, or on at the Lars homestead. That spidery kind of thing.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Imperial kitchen.
And then are glasses a thing in Star Wars? I don't know if people usually. I've never seen a character wear glasses.
Yeah, I don't really
Besides
know.
Maz Kanata, right?
Aside from the Ewok Adventures, when they had that Noah, that old guy, right?
Mm.
Like he had glasses, but again, it was kind of like this, where it's like it's not really canon.
Hmm.
You can take it
Oh,
with
it's
you
an
anyway.
ordinary fish from Earth.
Tank is a snap to clean.
I hate fish.
Well, so do I, as a matter of fact. Take a drink once in a while. But
I hate sand.
I just thought I'd show you some of the stupid stuff that was working. Oh, there.
I hate fish. They're wet and slippery, and they get everywhere.
There you go.
Not like you. You're rough and coarse.
And
It's
dry
officially a
everywhere.
Star Wars movie.
Talking to a turtle.
Don't say a word, madam. I know just why you're calling. You're wondering when that shaggy carpet you ordered will arrive at your home. Let me assure you, madam, it's on its way. You know, it was made especially
Half expecting to say,
four planets.
"Where's my boyfriend?"
He did it all by himself. Like station, by hand,
Husband.
solo.
No, the talk about Maz Kanata.
I know you understand.
Oh.
Understand, don't you?
Wait,
Terrific.
so does Maz say that while Chewie is married to Mala?
I mean, at this point in the story, the Empire had pretty much ruined Kashyyyk, so
Would you like this?
Yeah.
Just a groomer.
you never know where.
Just a groomer.
Don't know if she survived or
Just a groomer, you
it's a slave.
But those
in some
books that
mine somewhere
Josh
in the
brought
galaxy.
up, that's post Return of the Jedi.
You haven't read the
Yeah. Han and Chewie,
Besides shaving
after
and
Return of the
hair
Jedi,
trimming,
they
stains
go on a
off toes,
quest to
faces, and
liberate
hands.
the Wookiees of
Cleans teeth,
Kashyyyk.
fingers and toenails,
And
washes eyes, pierces
the
ears,
topic of
calculates,
Mala
modulates,
is actually
syncopates
brought
light
up.
rhythms, and can repeat
And
the
I
entire
forget if
Imperial
Lumpy
Penal
is
Code,
also
17
mentioned, but
volumes, in half
they
the time
did
of the old
canonize
XP
Mala.
201. Just the thing to keep you squeaky clean. I use it
Lumpy.
all the time.
I'll
That
take a
name
look.
inspires so much
they
confidence.
did canonize him. Yes. His full name is Lumpawaru.
Oh, another outstanding.
Yeah,
feature.
Lumbaroo.
You can recharge
Yes,
it
and he did
simply
show
plugging it
up
into any
in
ordinary
both.
laser
He was mentioned in Life
Good,
Debt, and
I
his
thought
first
you would.
appearance was in
Now,
Empire's
would you
End,
like
which
to
is the third book in
Maybe
the
something
trilogy.
for it, or give me something in trade.
Do we know what happens to Mala? I really want to know if Maz Kanata and Chewie had like something going on the side.
I thought I might have
Yeah.
Like a love triangle.
I'm sure everyone wants to know that.
This is an important canon topic.
That's why I don't like to embarrass people.
The questions
Just
that Tanner must know.
This is like the pacing of this film is so slow. You know?
It's called How Do We Stretch This Out to Fill the Time Requested.
Just a matter of time before we find the rebels.
Yes, but
Okay,
the
that's
movie that came
totally a
before
scene
this-
from A New Hope that's just redubbed.
Every household in the system.
Yeah, it's true.
Look at the guy
Looks
talking.
like it.
It's not the same actor.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I
His
wondered,
like
nice.
lips were not matching what he was saying at all.
No way.
I was wondering if that might be the case
there a
because they said
trailer?
Down to the bottom, man.
James Earl Jones
Right down the line.
for
As the
voice of Darth Vader, but they never
Not
talked about
David
anyone
Prowse.
playing Darth Vader. Exactly, they bring up
This is
David
all,
Prowse.
it's all footage from the other movie.
Yeah.
Any
That's,
absentees?
yeah,
cheap.
that seems like it. Hey,
So
it's a
dumb.
70s TV show.
I'm not tied down to one job all the time. You run different jobs.
All right, so we hit a General Motors commercial.
Solid.
So I don't know
This
if
is
this is on the
crazy.
YouTube
I
copy
think
or
I
not.
enjoy soldering more than any other job I've done because there's a lot of skill in that.
I mean, somebody recorded the Star Wars special in VHS while it was live on TV.
It's pretty impressive, actually.
Union's good.
Like you want to check and
Yeah,
see
a lot of interest in
if this is on the YouTube copy as well,
Sure, I'll take a quick look.
just so we don't fall out of alignment with everyone at home.
Now see how they're built, you know, see the quality that goes into them.
General Motors, people building transportation to serve people.
That commercial's pretty nuts.
It's Kenner's new
See such an old
I
commercial.
mean, the quality was slightly better than the movie we're watching, so.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Kenner, here we go.
As you draw a line
Whoa,
on the playmat,
what?
the trail tracker will follow it. Draw it straight or curving, even a wavy
Whoa!
That's crazy. I didn't know they had stuff like this back then.
Yeah, I didn't know they did either.
trail tracker.
You got a remote car that follows your crayon trail tracker. Wow.
What? You can make robots like that now pretty easily, just like a Raspberry
Yeah.
Pi. To answer your question, Josh, no, there is no ads in the YouTube version.
Gotcha.
Just so you guys know, there is a trail tracker from 1978 for sale on eBay for £29, approximately $40 US.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
It's actually less than I would have thought. Is it original in box and mint?
No, the paint looks decently worn, or the stickers rather.
Ah,
But I agree, I was expecting more money.
this is the weirdest part.
Mala talking to
it's an in-universe cooking show.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm guessing it's going to like play out in real time and actually tell us all the steps.
Yes.
Right? It's not going to be abridged and like
For everyone at home watching, you can
plot.
actually make
It's like,
this recipe
nope.
in your kitchen.
Here it is.
That's exactly it. So you can follow home.
Perfect.
And whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk.
Very tasty and serves forward nicely. Of course, if your family
Smell the loin first.
I would suggest that popular
Make sure it's good and ripe.
Put it up to your nose and smell it.
She looks like the
Queen of
evil
Hearts
stepmother. She looks like the evil stepmother from Cinderella, like the animated one. You know?
I was thinking the Queen of Hearts woman from Alice in Wonderland, also Disney.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. The hair is definitely Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
Into our pots.
All right, everyone, slice up your loin, put it in the pot.
Very good. Sprig of celery. Very nice. Little bit of tertium. Nice. And
Who thought this was a good idea?
I want to hear like the job description as they explain to the actress, like, "Hey, this is what we want you for in this role."
guess what I forgot?
Yeah.
A bit of the carnarantrum root. Wonderful. Just adds that.
Carnarantrum root.
Where was that hiding?
Very nice.
You know, I would think
Not enough liquid.
with an entire galaxy's worth of spices and like everything you put in there, chances of you having all the same things is very low.
Yeah, he's like on Kashyyyk and she's in like Coruscant.
Yeah,
Maybe there's only like a handful of Imperial approved spices.
Very nice. Now, step
Oh, Corellian.
Stir, stir, stir.
So it's stir, whip, 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 stir. Stir, whip, stir.
That's
whip,
what it was.
whip,
Stir, whip, whip, stir.
Like, do you do this every time you make pancakes in the morning?
Stir, whip, pancakes, no. Cookies, yes. Stir, whip, stir,
A
whip.
sprig of slipgrim and some stirring fruit.
What's happening?
Just
to her hair?
mumbling.
Look, her hair's coming undone.
Yeah. She's stirring so hard.
Also have to beat. So it beat.
She has more arms?
There's a third. There's a
She has
third arm.
extra arms.
That's not fair to all the regular bipedal creatures.
Stir, whip, stir, whip, whip, whip.
My
stir,
goodness.
Whip, stir, whip, stir, whip, 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 stir, beat. Da, da, da.
Something tells me they only did one. That's why I think they
They're like, no, leave it in. It's funny.
just keep going. Oh, it's either that or they only did one take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's good. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, there we
I
go.
think we should
Fourth
fix
arm.
this.
Usually like to
No one will notice. I'm
Film
looking
was
at her
quite
4 arms.
expensive.
a little bit more sir. A bit oregano, a little tongue kill. The pot. Coming along. Very nice. Oh, wonderful. Coming along nicely.
It's so long. It just goes on and on.
Yeah.
So that's a new hope, and that's a new hope. That's a new hope. That's a new hope.
Yep.
And then when he talks, it's going to be
Let's go.
Star Wars Holiday Special. See, that's
Yeah, it's
ILM.
just punched in. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's just moving. It's cutting around his dialogue, so as soon as he talks, it cuts away.
All right.
That's right.
All right, the coordinates weren't the best. Out of the frying pan into the fire, huh, pal? How should I know we'd come out of hyperspace in the middle of an Imperial convoy?
The clarity of
We've got more of a chance.
the ships and stuff is so much better than when you see the actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say that again. This is one life they won't soon forget. Wait, I lost control of the remote cannons.
Who's firing the cannons?
Stay on things here. Why don't we
He just said remote
Don't
cannons.
know.
He said, I lost control of the remote cannons.
Well, apparently they just weren't working
They
in
just
a row.
retconned it. Yeah, they just retconned it for this movie, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it.
The remote cannons.
The remote cannons. Yeah.
The remote now. Ugh.
It's like when you lose that mine. What is that game? Minesweeper.
Minefield? Yes.
Minesweeper.
The Empire has declared martial law.
Kazook.
A blockade has been set up around the planet. No ships will be permitted to land or take off until further notice.
Oh man.
No.
Chewie's got to break through a blockade to get home for Life Day. Oh no.
Han can do it. He'll get through.
Come on now, Mala. Has Chewie ever missed a Life Day before?
Yes, many. He's rarely home at all.
Who's at the door?
It's me, Tondan.
Aichi, I brought you that proton pack, you know, for the what's this? The whatchamacallit, the thingamabob. The mind evaporator, that's it, the mind evaporator. Boy, am I glad to see you, Paul.
The thingamabob.
Oh, my favorite Wookiee today.
Doohickey.
Do you think they actually wrote a script, or is this all just ad lib?
This very, very seems ad lib.
The Imperial Patrol.
Yeah.
I think so
Who would
too.
have scripted getting Emo Bob?
I made it Chewie and Han.
Just make it sound like Star Wars. Go.
That's all the big hello I get.
Techno babble. Oh,
that noise. You have to save that one for your next video.
And I'm a lovely lady.
I bet Empire Strikes Back would have had a better box office if it hadn't come out.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's probably, put off a lot of Star Wars fans. Like, wait a minute, I guess I don't like those movies.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't as good as I remembered.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A mouse droid?
This is how you introduce anyone to Star Wars. You show them the holiday special first.
Oh gosh.
The viewing order.
So is that a bantha? A bantha
it is,
animal?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bantha toy?
Oh,
Why would you
Calvin,
have that on Kashyyyk?
Is it too late for you to start a annual Star Wars holiday special viewing with your kids?
Oh goodness, my kids would even hate this. Like, Daddy, it's so
when they're young.
They wouldn't know it's bad.
I foresee Tanner's parenting strategy coming out.
It's worth a shot, right?
All right, kids, every Christmas we're gonna all sit down together and we're gonna watch the holiday special.
I feel like my kids would never be Star Wars fans.
Oh man, no, they're like super young, but they're like, Dad, like we really want to watch Star Wars. You're like, you're not old enough. And then one day you give in, you're like, fine, you want to watch Star Wars? This is your punishment.
Here you go.
So what's a proton pack?
Yeah.
Is this a proton pack?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a head massager or something.
No, that's what it looks like. It is VR. We missed a bit of the scene here, but the guy basically sets Itchy up to watch some, dare we say, adult content.
Was that what it is?
Wait, did this
Are you
skip the scene?
joking? Or is this?
Or
You'll
we're watching
find
it right
out.
now. Is this space porn?
I feel like it might be in the Star Wars
porn?
context.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a kaleidoscope effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so long.
Wispies! Wispies!
Wispies, wispies.
Oh gosh.
Just a bunch of dancers again.
Bunch of toilet paper.
Maybe they were mummies. Bandages are coming off.
I know you're searching for me. Searching. I am here. My voice is for you alone. I am found in your eyes only. I exist for you. I am in your mind as you create me. Oh, yes. I can feel it.
Yeah, you're right. It's like,
All right.
This is why Josh watched it 4 times. This is why Blake watched it 4 times.
Just for this scene.
Yeah.
Brings it back every time.
Is he getting... Is Itchy getting horny? Is that what we're watching right now?
I think so.
He's like,
They obviously didn't pre-screen this to see what people's reaction would be to these scenes.
Oh yeah, no way.
Why are you showing a close-up of his drooling face?
I am your experience.
I am your fantasy.
I am your pleasure.
Pure
Enjoy me.
ecstasy.
This is our moment together in time.
It's interesting that a Wookiee is fantasizing about a human or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
So weird.
I mean, I don't intend to be racist or anything, but
For all we know, she's a shaved Wookiee.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Well, that's
Wookiee
what
without
they
a
look like
costume on.
underneath.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, it's not even the end. Goodness.
Probably another 4 minutes.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
don't live
She's back.
this minute.
Of course, she's got a musical number.
Extend this minute. Then I could live my
This is comped really weird.
Yeah.
Only got one layer and it's in the center. Oh, I'm working out.
They're like, we showed the scene to people and they got bored. I don't know, add more of her in it.
Make it sexier. Go.
How about 3 at once?
Fun for the whole family.
That's right. But most importantly, fun for Itchy.
Fun for Itchy, yeah. Gotta scratch that itch.
So that's why they named him that.
So when you watched it, like, do you fast forward or do you literally sat down and watched the whole thing?
This is what I fast forwarded.
If I wasn't by myself, I would not be sitting there watching.
I think I've at least watched it all the way through the first time. I can't remember if I skipped some parts after like subsequent viewings. But I'm pretty sure I just sat through the whole thing because I was trying to show other people it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were these people that you didn't want to be friends with anymore by any chance?
Well, they're certainly not Star Wars fans anymore.
I wonder why.
That Blake guy, he's got terrible taste in movies.
Either that or I got some people really excited for VR.
Oh man.
Is there like a screen on the inside that he's looking at, or is this like it's like a brain stimulator in which he's actually like
it's like the
kind
Matrix.
of mentally seeing it? Yeah, exactly. I like to think it's the second, you know. I like to think he's like living this. He's living this experience.
Well, when they cut to Itchy though, he's like moving around. So I think it's just like a VR camera or lens he's looking into.
Huh.
Did this come from George Lucas's brain, or is this somebody else's? Like, who did we establish like at the beginning, Josh? Who wrote this?
So the director was Steve Binder, but Stan Winston was hired to design the Wookiee family, and Stan Winston is he's known for collaborating with a lot of people in Hollywood, but I guess the most recent thing he did was one of the last things he did actually was he worked on Avatar in 2009. But he's done a whole bunch of things, and I guess
wait. The guy who made Avatar made the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Yeah, he's a special makeup effects creator, best known for his work on the Terminator series and the first 3 Jurassic Park films, Aliens and The Thing. Also the first 2 Predators, Inspector Gadget, Iron Man, and Edward Scissorhands.
So this is a massive blight on his record.
Oh yeah, like I think he wants the world to forget that he ever designed Itchy.
Here, Josh goes just like reminding him and the world what he's done.
Have you ever met him? You're like, aren't you the guy who designed the Wookiees and the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Legendary special effects artist. Guys, he designed Itchy.
Itchy Baka!
Yeah, Itchy Baka.
Would you sign my Itchy mask?
She says
I wonder if the Seattle Mariners' famous baseball player Ichiro was named after Itchy.
I honestly couldn't think of any other thing, so that must be the case.
Yeah.
Mala, are you alone?
If you would permit me.
Everyone's wearing eyeliner.
No, she says she's not alone.
Must be a
every
TV makeup thing.
I love how every shot in this movie that's not part of the sitcom is like just a oneer, just lock off on the person. They say their line, and then the next person says their line.
Yeah,
like nothing happening. Nothing happening in any of these scenes.
Friend of the rebellion?
Yeah.
Member of the alliance?
Good. Look, I know I can count on you to take care of
All the main actor cameos are just they're all Skype calls.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the the YouTuber Honest Trailers do an honest trailer on this show.
Oh yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Now then. What's that I smell?
See you in Empire.
Gonna be some of those famous.
Yeah. Wookie
Wookie. What is that?
Not Wookie Cookie. Wookie.
Wookie.
I feel the same way about you too, pal, and your family.
He's like brushing his thigh.
Never seen so much Imperial traffic.
I feel the same way with you, pal.
Better land on the north side. It'll be safer. So it's a long walk.
Was that supposed to be a TIE fighter?
I've never heard anybody. Happy Life Day, pal.
Happy Life Day, pal.
He's like so affectionate to Chewie.
Yeah. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
What'd I tell you? Must be Chewbacca now.
Chewbacca now.
What's with Chewbacca now? That's Chewbacca, everyone. He's out the door.
Hey, it's Chewbacca.
Oh man.
Oh no. The Empire.
That's not
Commercial
good.
break. Dang. What a cliffhanger.
The Star Wars Holiday Special will continue in a moment.
Oh, more commercials. Oh joy.
Start your
what's
Sunday
gonna be?
evening
With actual commercials? Yes.
60 minutes.
Fight to the finish over money on All in the Family. And Mel's
Oh, look, it's the same set. They just decorated it differently.
Yeah.
This is pretty amazing, actually, getting all these commercials in here.
And meets Mr. Mel Tillis, Lynn Anderson, and Ronnie Millsap. Then on Dallas.
I'm pregnant. You may not be the father of
It's kind of neat to see those old ads, actually. Throwback.
It's kind of interesting to see like a glimpse into what people would have been watching while they were watching this.
Yeah,
Right.
Someone pointed out to me that at this time, there's only like 3 or 4 channels.
Pain, fever.
Well, my
Oh, that's
side does
interesting.
more.
It was like way back in the day, right? With like simple cable.
Symptom cold reliever.
You have the rabbit ears.
So all by itself,
Yeah, radio
it's more
TV,
kinds
yeah.
of relief than Dristan or Contact or Bear. For your miserable combination of all these symptoms, this is
I guess
better.
there was no
New
cable.
Comtrex in
No
tablet or
satellite,
liquid.
just over the air.
That's right.
There used to be more of us in the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, but a lot of our jobs have disappeared. A lot of the clothes Americans are buying for women and kids are imports. They're being made in foreign places. When the work's done here, we can support our families and pay our taxes.
Please vote no
Other
to stop the
Americans
immigrants.
make. That's what it means when the label says union.
For the union labels.
The National Ladies Garment Union.
You feel inspired to go make ladies' garments?
So this is why they loved musical numbers, because like all of their content had a bunch of people singing.
Yeah,
that makes
those
sense.
Jingles, yeah.
I mean, this is pretty much what kept Charlie Sheen in business, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that 2.5 episode when he says the jingle business is dying.
Yeah.
Why
Why would they hire someone to sing a jingle? They could just, for a tampon commercial, they just put on Stuck in the Middle with You.
Yeah, exactly.
And Woodstock. Oh, thank you, my dear.
If you want to do something that'll be genuinely appreciated, be choosy and get Genuine Bell. Because when you get right down to it, this isn't the phone. This is.
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
For me?
It's for you.
Hello?
Hello? It's not plugged in, Daddy.
Daddy, there's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
The story of Abraham, of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Noah and the Great Flood. The Bible, Saturday on CBS at 8, 7 Central and Mountain Time.
Tomorrow on CBS.
Back when you could actually have that on television.
An
Yeah,
true. And people watched it.
runs in one game.
Now that was a day I'll never forget. And it helped me to get my own candy hit. Reggie, with a rich caramel center.
Reggie Jackson snacks.
Reggie snacks.
I didn't know he had candies. Reggie, the candy that named after me.
Saturday
I think it's some Blake snacks.
Some Blake biscuits.
That's right.
I'll get some Josh Jubes.
Well, that's not good. Imperials showed up.
They've got like the 2 stormtrooper costumes that are left over from A New Hope.
Yeah. The ones that aren't ruined yet.
The ones that were used to make the molds.
Yeah. That's why they changed for Empire.
They did. They got more rounded.
Yeah. Ooh, he's got a scar on his cheek. That's probably why they hired this guy.
I wish that one guy had a longer V-neck. I don't think it goes low enough.
It's not gangster enough.
No, it's just shy of his belly button. I think it should go lower.
Yeah.
One male child.
This guy looks straight out of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Officer, maybe I can be of some help here, sir.
Who are you? And what are you doing in this Wookiee house?
I'm the trader in this district. You see,
And button your shirt up.
the matter is, she had a terrible fight. I stormed right out.
Your identification?
I said.
Your identification?
Oh, identification, yes. It's a very important thing, identification. I never leave the shop without my identification. It's very important, just in times like this. I just found my identification. I think it's in my pocket there.
Search the dwelling.
Look at that gun hold.
Lord just pops in the screen. Like,
I know, right? Just his gun.
Yeah.
He looks like a Disneyland stormtrooper.
Yeah,
Like the way
all
he
the
moves.
sizing's wrong. The
Yeah.
pauldrons are tiny.
I want a couple
Yeah.
of some other cases. I've got a couple of extra ones there.
Yeah, he doesn't fit in that chest plate armor. Oh, yeah, it's not even done up properly. Look at that. Like the siding's coming off.
Yeah.
That picture you're looking at right now is take quite a few
Aren't
years.
you a little tall to be a stormtrooper?
Maybe these were the suits that they ruined, and
Hello,
just they're like, yeah, instead of chucking them out, let's just use them on the holiday.
Maybe these are the
special.
first fan molds.
And you know my brother's boy. He's a member of the Imperial Militia. He must be 24 or 25 years old by now. He loves the service. Great little guy.
Your identification is in order. You can go now.
Thank you very much. I just have a little more work to finish up here. And oh, by the way, while I'm finishing up here, why don't you boys take it easy, relax, put your feet up, and make yourself to home. Wookiee food isn't the greatest, but I'm sure that I can whip something up in the kitchen there that we can all eat.
I can stir, whip, stir up something else in the kitchen.
Stir, whip, and beat it.
There's some weird human porn you can watch.
It's VR. Just try not to forget that the rest of us are actually still in the room.
Look at that sewing machine right there. Good 70s sewing machine.
Oh, there's the gun again.
There it is again. He's like,
he's holding it because like those E11s are based off World War II rifle with the magazine goes in the side. So whoever is playing that stormtrooper keeps holding it by the magazine sideways.
Yeah.
He's holding it as far away from his body as possible.
He's got another.
He's worried about the
little
blowback.
doodad here.
Close range firing.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Is he entertaining the officer?
What's he setting up?
Setting up a mobile TV?
He's like, all right, now I'll get the other one.
A distraction!
I thought he was going to set up Battleship or something.
Sounds like the intro to CSI Miami.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
You sunk my battleship.
Number.
Oh, it's Jefferson Starship.
Oh, goodness.
Is this an actual band?
Yeah, this is a real rock band from the 70s.
And they just showed up in Star Wars Holiday Special.
Apparently.
Is this a song that you can like get? Is this a song they produced for this, or just a song of theirs that they just decided to play?
That I don't know.
But hiring a real band probably blew like 50% of their production budget.
We're like, okay, we're doing a Star Wars show. Who can we hire that sounds Star Wars-y? Jefferson Starship. That's perfect.
Oh, here we go. Jefferson Starship performed Light the Sky on Fire, which is presented as a 3D music video watched by one of the Imperial Guards. During production, the song was given the working title, Cigar-Shaped Object, Vanished Without a Trace. The song was included as a bonus 45 RPM single in the Jefferson Starship Greatest Hits Collection Gold. Yeah, there you go. So random. I guess it was a new song that they premiered on this. Yeah.
I only really know them for one song, and it's called Jane. It's really good. I enjoy that one a lot. I believe it's in Wet Hot American Summer, if you ever watched that show.
No, I never seen it.
It might still be on Netflix. It was at one point. Cigar-shaped object.
Whoa.
The guitar sound waves coming off those guitars.
Oh, and the guitar.
It's Star Wars.
It's so glowy.
It's the Force.
We could hire those Biff guys. Nah, bring in these other guys over here.
Yeah.
How do you think they did the glow? Was that in camera, or did someone have to actually digitize that later?
I'm sure it's probably in camera, and I bet you they just hand drew like a couple extra things for the animated ones.
Oh, there you go. It was dragging the frame, that last frame there, so I think it might have been added in post.
But I think all those ones, like all the ones on him, that's all like in camera.
Okay.
It's just really bad, like post processing.
It's just so fuzzy, yeah.
It's a little rough.
So basically, if you ever find yourself in an occupied country and some officers come to your door and ask you a bunch of questions, all you need to do is pull up YouTube, find your favorite music video, show him, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Then he'll let you go.
It'll all be fine.
He's just
Star-shaped object. Kind of half-wing, like this guy's distracted watching a music video. They just come up behind him with a club and just knock him out.
Yeah. Hey, check this out while you're watching.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
So drumming along to it.
So random. I mean, like,
yes.
Nothing about this makes sense.
Well, I think the basic premise was it's supposed to be a variety show in Star Wars.
Okay. That makes a little bit.
And so it just comes off as long and weird.
And people were tuning in to watch this band, and it happens to be folded into a Star Wars product.
It's entirely possible. Whoa, they vanished without a trace.
Whoa.
Well then,
Yeah, better show
I wonder
all
if
that
that's,
turning off.
I wonder if
Better show all
that
up to
is
the
their
end.
actual music video.
That'd be kind of
That
neat,
is it.
actually.
Even with this
Like,
guy
way to
drumming
bother
along
filming.
listening.
Did a twofer.
How long does it take to turn off? And now he's
That guy
smiling.
really liked it.
Yeah.
They leave now. I guess you're right. About all I can do for now. I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Keep up the good work. Holla. Reggie. See you soon.
Look at the way the officer stands. He's like folding his hands in front of his belt.
All right.
Yeah.
Like it's like the most unmilitary stance you could possibly
I
have.
want to leave you my card in case you need any.
Whoa. Gone again.
He's like, here, take
In
this.
the upper area.
He's just shoving it in his face.
I don't know what to do with it.
Anything to connect this household with the Alliance. Oh, don't forget about these protective cases for identification card. I got a good item. That's it. I'm gone. Finish the search of this house. We
He's
have
holding it
other
like
areas
it's
to
a
cover today.
3-hole punch or it's a stapler or something.
Take the upper area.
What is this foreign object?
No, Mala!
We don't want to have to hurt anyone. That's not what we're here for. But when my men get
We're here to
angry,
watch music videos.
At your expense.
We are going
We're here to eat all
continue
your
our
wookie
search.
Stir, whip, 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 stir.
Keep quiet.
Would you care to stir, whip, and beat something together?
Hold the stir.
Use that VR thing. That'll really distract him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could stab him 6 ways till Sunday while he's in that thing.
He's got headphones. Another music video? Sick.
Another music
Yes! Yes! Can't wait.
Is it? Is it really?
He's playing
He's
Tetris.
playing Nintendo.
Oh, that's right. What are those headphones?
Starlog 324-1.
They're bone conducting headphones.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Reporting. We are awaiting the return of
Boba
Captain
Fett.
Han Solo
Boba
and his
Fett.
first mate Chewbacca, who are long
Boba
overdue
Fett.
Oh
on
man, this animation is
mystical talisman, which
very
is sought by our
stylized.
forces and by the Empire.
Yep.
Han Solo's chin has his own orbit.
Which I think might be an improvement.
We picked up something.
Is this an in-universe cartoon about the characters of the rebellion?
Yes. I know, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all.
Lower channel.
Falcon, do you copy?
It'd be like making a,
It's Chewie.
I don't know,
Where's Han?
President Joe Biden show or something.
I can't make radio.
Yeah.
He's on a collision course. Princess, we're in mortal danger.
It's Dr. Eggman,
Yeah, General. I can't understand what Chewbacca's doing.
Whatever he's doing, there must be a reason. Hold your fire.
We've lost all contact, sir.
Stand by. The Falcon is near impact.
Oh no!
I'm going after him.
Luke, take R2 with you.
What'd he say? If something has happened to Captain Solo and Chewbacca is alone, you will need me to interpret.
Looks so
Look at 3PO's hips. They're so feminine.
Yeah.
Childbearing.
Wait. Is Luke flying a Y-Wing?
Yeah, is that the first appearance of the Y-Wing?
Whoa.
No, they're in A New Hope.
Look, he's speeding up.
Are they?
Wait.
Yeah, they are.
I think they are.
This is Y4 to base.
Yeah, I do remember them.
Straight for a moon in the Pana system.
Sorry, did he say the Pana system?
That's what he said.
Hang on, R2.
They reused that, didn't they?
That's very close to Pisana, which is the planet that showed up in the last film when they have the big party sequence going on. And the Rise of Skywalker.
I just looked it up, and they are.
Or is
That's
it?
right.
Is it that one, or is it the other planet where they meet Zori Bliss or whatever her name is? Pisana. What was that, Ben? You said something?
I just said looked it up, and yeah, the Y-Wings are in A New Hope.
Yes, how about R2?
They are?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Our
okay.
comm links are out. We can't contact
Yeah, oh,
the
Pisana.
base.
Yeah, Pisana. There's the desert planet where they have the big party.
Okay, you're right. Look at
Let's
that.
see if I can locate the
That's
Falcon
pretty close.
visual sighting. Maybe it's close by. R2, fire the ejection pod. We'll be desert soon.
This is the dinosaur.
Oh no! He's eating the shit. What?
Whoa, do we know they do that?
Heck? I didn't know they could do that.
Why didn't he just fly away? He used a disintegrator.
What is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's badass.
Thank you.
You are alone?
I have 2 droids. We've come in search of the ship that crashed near here.
Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett. The ship you seek is nearby.
Are the Imperial troops near this planet?
They are here, friend, and growing more powerful.
How far away?
Settle down. All they do is eat.
This is all we have, but he's welcome to it.
You are foolish to waste your kindness on this dumb creature. No lower life form is worth going hungry for, friend. I take it you have no love of the Empire.
Does that mean that Boba Fett's design was established in this cartoon and not in the movies? Like Empire?
I don't. It was definitely before the movies, but I don't know if it was the prototype stormtrooper armor or the cartoon that came first. I feel like it would have to be the.
Indeed.
It's got to be the prototype. I think it's got to be the.
Because it seems like you wouldn't come up with this particular design unless it was based on a real costume.
Well, they did mention it in the documentary Under the Helmet. Like, they mentioned it in there. I just can't remember exactly what they said.
Right. I'm pretty sure it'd be the stormtrooper, like the Navy SEAL, whatever version, because that's what the armor originally was. And then from there, I think they reused it for the cartoon, and then they turned into the character.
What did he do to Luke?
Right.
He didn't do anything. R2-D2 has detected contamination.
And the first ever reveal of the armor in real, like, live action was at a local parade near, like, the Skywalker Ranch.
The only way to keep them alive is to let the blood rush to their heads.
I know this sleeping virus the Empire uses on its enemies. They have a remedy for it in the city. I could get some for you.
I'm afraid Chewbacca insists on going with you.
You will only get in the way. But if you must, come on.
Boba Fett's just a real nice, helpful guy, hey?
Yeah, he's really helpful.
He's a real swell dude.
Kind of an anti-hero or protagonist in this thing, yeah.
And so, like, he and Chewie are buddies already.
Yeah.
Looks like
He
it.
knows all these people already.
You stay here while I get the serum. I said stay, friend. Luke trusted me. I'm your only chance of getting out of here alive.
Stay, Chewbacca.
Do you
Stay.
understand me?
He's only got 4 fingers on each hand.
That was an old trick back in the day.
Yeah.
You cut one finger out because it's easier to animate.
Quickly located the serum for the sleeping virus. We had no idea
Oh, really?
its real plan.
Most people
Same as
don't
The
know
Simpsons.
this, and it's considerably more work, I guess, to animate another finger that doesn't really
It's
serve
also
much
hard because it was hard to get the proportions, like the overall proportion right, when you're like drawing sausage fingers constantly.
Yeah. That's why like all the Disney characters have like 3. That freeze frame.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it is. It is an in-universe thing. That's so strange.
So he just watched an entire cartoon about his dad.
And that's no jive, man. Quality control.
And they had a lot less trailers back then.
The whole business.
Is this in universe too?
Yes, this is a commercial break within the
Pontiac
cartoon.
engine plant inspectors.
So we saw Pontiac and GM.
We have 9 inspections.
Yeah, we'll be throwing these in a couple of
It's the
Y-wings
same
later on.
ad.
To ensure that they're doing the job right. I run hot tests. You can listen to that engine and you can say, well, this was a good
The car commercials are so different today.
It's a good feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
Feeling of power, there's nobody going to overrule.
They don't tell you anything about vehicles at all.
That's right.
It's all about the feeling.
Yeah.
The engine does function
Buy
in the way that it's
Nissan,
designed to
because you're
function.
worth it.
I feel personally responsible for that car. I know it's a good car. I know we built it and we built it right.
General Motors, people building transportation to serve people.
Marilyn Macula switched from Duncan Hines Deluxe 2 Yellow Cake to Pillsbury Plus Yellow Cake. James Trahan switched.
Wow!
Millions found out that Pillsbury Plus Yellow Cake pudding in the mix tastes deliciously moister.
Wonder if you can still buy that. Pillsbury Plus.
Deliciously moister.
With Pillsbury Plus Yellow Cake,
I could make it from scratch, but instead I'd rather buy these pre-made preservative-filled pieces of cake.
Stir, whip, stir.
Want some biscuits before you go camping?
Yeah, hope they're the big ones, Ma.
Big? They're nothing but. These are Hungry Jack biscuits. Why, they bake up all big, hot, flaky, and beefy.
Hungry Jack.
I tell you, they're big
Hungry
enough to
Jack
fill up
biscuits.
even a king-size appetite.
More, Ma.
That's my Hungry Jack. Bet you got one, too.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Hungry Jack. They gobble them down and the plate comes back for Hungry Jack.
Good evening. From CBS News, this is Newsbreak.
I miss jingles.
Told 12 U.S. senators that the Soviet Union had once tested a neutron bomb, but never put it into production. That's the bomb that kills people but leaves buildings standing. William Campilas, a 23-year-old former CIA employee, has been convicted of selling top-secret government documents to the Russians. Winter moved in on the Midwest today, 11 inches of snow in Minnesota. Also hard hit parts of Michigan and Wisconsin. It was some
It's a lot of stuff they just crammed into this 20 seconds.
It's just like the headlines. That's it.
But it hasn't happened.
There's a blizzard. People died. The Russians are killing people.
This remarkable scientific
Oh, and on a side note, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
Every known virus. Its contact.
I'm Marlene Sanders, CBS News, New York. More news later.
Look how like simple the new setup is though. It's just like a square behind her.
From the creators of Johnny and Marie, it's like Grease on Wheels. Get ready for a rock around the clock with Bobby Vinton's Rock and Rollers, starring Kenny Martin, Martin, Gail Gordon, and Fabian. All Monday at 8.
Is that Grease?
Yep.
Sounds like
This
Grease
is
music.
CBS.
So fast.
Plans approved, gentlemen. Check equipment.
to the next 10 weeks.
That was the Grease stage play. I guess done before the movie ever came out, right?
It was before the movie. I don't know if that was based on the movie.
Like long before. Yeah, because the movie I guess was based on the stage play, right?
I actually don't know. First time I watched Grease was with your sister, so I was late to the party.
We should review that movie next. The Wild Grease.
I agree.
Rated R.
I think it's an addition to a Star Wars podcast.
Air conditioned Chevette, just $99 down, $99
Start a new podcast just for talking about movies.
Wild Grease?
Yeah, we'll start off with Wild Grease. That'll be a killer.
We have a catalog of over 200.
Is that George Costanza?
Is that Danny DeVito?
Exercise and weight control. For your free copy, write Consumer Catalog, Pueblo, Colorado, 81000.
Imagine that, putting out the ad for that. We need a fat guy that we're going to call fat.
I love how local these ads are.
Yeah.
Ain't that all? Just some silly game.
Playing Mastermind?
Turn it back to the rebels.
Why does he got to keep this movie a secret from the Imperial officer?
Because he can't let them know that he's watching rebel propaganda.
Yeah.
I want them alive. Now that you've gotten their trust, they may take you to their new base.
This time we'll get them all.
I see why they call you the best bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Oh no. What will we do now?
Well, they did make him a bad guy.
Okay.
Oh man, why would they have this conversation on live television?
Sleep quickly, friend.
Keeps calling them friend. I know what you
It was
are.
all a trick.
Oh, the Tentive 4 alarm sound.
See that? It was yellow. Look at that. Mandalorian yellow.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I'm not sure.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well,
I told you about Han.
The size of his nose.
I told you he's got his own orbit.
Oh,
You're a
man.
hero and a faithful
So
friend.
droopy.
You must come back with
Yeah.
It's like his skull. It's like
What's the matter with R2?
not there or something.
It's because you said Boba is a friend and faithful ally. That simply does not feed properly into R2's information bank. What are you talking about?
Oh, he blinks sideways.
Boba and Darth Vader, sir. Boba Fett is Darth Vader's
Like windshield wipers.
I'm afraid
Yeah.
this adventure has been
Strange.
imperial plot.
We'll meet again, friend.
Friend. G-Jet packed away.
Boba sure fooled the rest of us. I beg your pardon, sir.
Well, he did kind of
Chewbacca
completely help
suspected all
them, though.
along there was something bad about Boba. How did you know?
Anytime you hear Han Solo speak, he sounds like he just doesn't want to be there.
Smell right.
Yeah, I guess if I have to do this again, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Well, let's get off this galactic.
All right, Luke.
Captain Kazan, Starlog Entry 324-1, signing off. May the Force be with you.
Starlog entry?
Let's just trash the kids' room.
You got any toys I can stomp on?
Hey, you got any more of those action figures? Yeah, right over here.
I love how like the stormtroopers like delicately like looking at stuff and putting it back, and the other guy's just throwing stuff on the floor.
Yeah, like.
Whoa, that giant bantha that I walked past when I came in.
It's probably not a plushie. It's probably like an actual stuffed baby bantha.
Tear the head off. What a monster!
Let's go.
All right, we're done.
Kill the bantha. Oh.
We destroyed every object and every toy the kid has. Let's go.
We even killed your pet.
We've thoroughly searched for rebel activity amongst these children's toys.
Go clean up your room.
What a dick.
Yeah, that guy's a prick.
Go clean up your room. I think you'll find things are quite out of order.
I think
your parents should be ashamed.
That will keep you busy for a while.
he's so smug about it too.
He's like acting as if Mala's on his side.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know,
parent.
this might be some good parenting advice. If you ever want to punish your kid, just toss their room about and make them clean it up.
Yeah.
He's like, Mala, I hope you brought Scratchy lots of Life Day presents. He's going to need it. He's like doing a funeral for his bantha. So sad. He's like, my pet, my best friend.
He's dead. You imperial bastards!
Just beheaded a bantha. Why? I don't understand.
What's he looking for?
This product was packed under strict quality control on the system of Morphia, and this instruction cassette provided by the manufacturer. It offers a unique chance for everywhere to meet an Amorphian being. The motor ability.
Is this an ad?
Citizens are frequently impaired.
It's an instruction video inside the Star Wars universe that we actually
This
watch.
in no way reflects on the safety of our product. Rather, it should serve as a guarantee of our high standard of long.
So he just had all of his toys destroyed and his pet murdered, and he's like, I need to go and watch that instructional video now.
Yeah, I need to reconnect this typewriter.
Assemble it properly, following the instructions I am about to give you. It will provide many years of fun and valuable service for you.
So the bit is he's supposed to be a droid, even though he's a human. But instead of getting him to act like a droid, they edit it in post to make him seem like a droid by adjusting speed.
That's it. That's the effect right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tools you'll need.
And sound as well.
Why did he need to be a droid?
I don't know. I think it might have been a decision after they recorded it.
They're like, this is not interesting enough. Let's make it him a droid.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's exactly what happened.
Storage case for your tools until you need them again. Now,
it just seems like the cassette is broken.
Yeah, it kind of does actually.
Please be careful not to hurt yourself on the sharp edges. Ow.
Ow. Please be careful. Do not hurt yourself. Ow.
Ow.
Wait, what is he doing?
Find the circuit breaker.
That was weird.
And by the way, let's start calling these components by their proper
Module.
names. Circuit breaker.
Why is this part of the movie?
he's like, say circuit breaker, and then Lumpy's like,
Remember, every one of the 10,000 terminals on your circuit breaker module is marked in a particular color. Beautiful, aren't they? Like a rainbow. These must be
they're beautiful.
Corresponding
Look, rainbows they are.
Red goes to red. Blue goes to blue, and so on.
nothing about this is exciting.
Watch me closely.
I don't know why it's in this.
I think the Imperial officer is going to call upstairs and be like, I told you to clean your room. Turn the television off.
Oh.
Well, I see time is running out, so we better turn our attention to
Whose
the assembly
idea
of
was
the
this?
impulse-to-voice translator. The impulse-to-voice translator, the very heart of the MIDI transmitter, which converts electronic energy, which you provide, into any of 1,000 recognizable languages.
We must remain alert for this very complicated procedure. Endurance and concentration are the key words here, and the total utilization of our neurocranial synapses.
You know, just based on the fact that this was the only instructional video they could give with the actual like sound, whatever deal he's dealing with, it's probably not a very good product. They couldn't do a second take.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Tobor. Tobor, the telesonic robot.
Commercial break again.
Included. He's under your control. With a click from the telesonic commander to circle, to proceed forward.
Telesonic commander.
Tobor will destroy all of your enemies. And bullies. Did I mention bullies?
Telesonic robot from Shopper.
You have to brush, mush to blush, or blush to blush. Now you can blush automatically with Revlon's new super lustrous cream on blush. Blush control with touch tip. It delivers color that goes on like cream, whereas like powder, so you can shape, shade, contour. Yes,
I honestly forget if I'm watching the movie or like an actual commercial right now.
It can all
I could just
blend
see it being
together.
part of the movie.
automatic super lustrous cream on blush by Revlon.
Just one of them's a Wookiee.
This country may be in danger. We could be losing something we can't afford to lose. Once in this country, when a man produced a product, it was the best he could possibly make. He stood behind it with pride. He lived a simple idea. Do it right, or don't do it at all. Nobody told him that. No government agency dictated it. And it built a standard of living for the world to aim at. Now that idea is threatened by the slipshod, the second rate. To some, it means quick riches. To some, it means quick death of the standards we have built. Some are fighting this threat. Whirlpool Corporation believes in one simple idea: to continue to design, build, and service home appliances the right way, with pride.
How do we connect with fellow Americans and just let them know that we just want to project America? Well, I suppose we can just show a bunch of shots of eagles for the entire ad.
The following live broadcast is recommended by the Imperial Council in the belief that your commitment to remain upstanding citizens will be reinforced. It is required viewing for all members of the Imperial forces.
Time now for Life on Tatooine, brought to viewers everywhere in the hope that our own lives may be uplifted
Oh, a shot from A New Hope.
and enriched with the gratitude.
Why would they be showing Tatooine? It's supposed to be a backwater, middle of nowhere planet.
That's because they can take the footage from A New Hope and reuse it. Literally, that's the only reason.
But that guy's so tall.
But he was comped in there. Everything else here, this is all from A New Hope.
Wow, look at that, eh? Like, these are shots we've never seen before for the aliens in the cantina.
Oh, the outtakes?
Yeah, deleted scenes, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Maybe all the... Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Is
that
resourceful
like a
to use all
Grammy,
that
like one
old
of
footage.
Yoda's species that was just dancing on the right?
Which one? Dancing on the right?
Right in front of the crew, like a couple shots ago, there was something that looked like Yoda dancing, like one of his species.
Yoda.
I didn't see that.
Oh, was it the bat? It was like the bat
Maybe it
creature.
might have been the bat. Yeah, the bat guy.
I am
Maybe.
certainly not going to get rich with customers like you. I thought I taught you to drink faster than that. Well, at least you're steady. Oh, come on now, drink up. There's plenty more where that came from.
What is this? Like, is this?
So this is probably all insert shots. They probably created a set that looks a tiny bit like it just for those close-ups, and then the rest of it is archival footage. That would be my guess.
Now we'll do it my
Yeah.
Because they didn't have all Stan Winston's puppets and stuff for this. They just shoot around it.
Ordering, I'm not.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
But it's clearly not even close to the same set.
I'm moving this to make room for a drink, so that next time I say what'll it be, and you tell me, I can put it right there.
Doesn't matter. Give me any. I'll have one of those. I'm sorry.
Why is this an important Imperial message?
Yeah, why does every single person in the Imperial Empire need to watch this specific video?
Yeah.
Come back soon.
Excuse me, I have a customer. I'll be right back.
Even their ads are mostly filler.
Yeah. It's important.
Oh yeah, he's got a hole in his head. What is he doing?
Akmina.
Do they canonize his race? The head eaters? Yeah, the Ithorians? Those things. Oh, him. Yeah, the old guy. No idea.
That guy. So he's just a regular human, except he drinks through his head. That's it.
I see there is.
Yeah.
Want another drink?
That is very strange.
Pour it straight onto the brain. Get all the nutrients.
Oh, okay.
I don't get many flowers. But you didn't have to bring me anything.
Krellman.
Krellman, what a
This is the worst quality video I've ever seen in my life, Josh.
Oh, yeah. The other night, I felt something that I haven't felt in longer than I care to remember. I felt alive again.
I don't know why this is crucial to the Empire.
This is soap opera. Like, hey, everyone, tune into the next episode of Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew that at the time. That's why I went home and thought about what you said.
Oh, what did I say?
It doesn't matter, silly. What you said is not as important as what you meant.
Oh man, I thought of the name. Mos Eisley Sleazy Singles.
Glad about that.
You know, it's
That's a great reality show. I have to tune into.
Or Sleemo Singles.
Sleemo Singles. Single Sleemos.
I wasn't asking for it. I wasn't desperate. I wasn't begging, whining, groveling, sniveling. I just came in here for a drink. And I found a lot more.
Listen, Krellman, you're kind and sweet and terribly attractive, but if you're saying what I think you're saying, you felt you meant, I thought you needed to hear, then I just have one thing to say I did not.
Scum and villainy Valentines.
I have customers. Why don't you sit down, finish your drink, have another drink. This one's on me. Now, you stay just as long as you want.
Oh my
It's so
gosh.
creepy that he pours it into his head.
It's so weird.
I hate it.
Yep.
Oh, it's disturbing. I don't know why.
It's like watering a flower.
No time for me.
You'll change your mind. I just know you will. 6 simple little words. I can wait forever to hear it again. Because I know.
Come back soon. I'll be waiting.
Was that the 6 words? Come back soon, I'll be waiting. Ew, you have a head. Oh, it's so gross. Head hole.
I hope you fellow Imperials learned something about this.
Due to increased activity among subversive forces, we are placing a curfew on the entire Tatooine system effective immediately. All inhabitants will return to their
Can we just do that on Kashyyyk?
Yep.
This order will remain in effect until further notice.
He's the same guy, so he's probably hated on every planet. Could you imagine being that one Imperial officer that had to tell everyone on every planet to go home as a curfew?
Oh man, that would suck.
I don't know how long.
Mhm.
Maybe forever. Closing me down again.
Go home forever?
I have enough aggravation. All right, one more round before you leave, and this one's on me. Torque. See what the boys on the bandstand have. Gentlemen, I don't know how to tell you this, but I guess the wall screen said it all.
I think those are Duros.
Yeah.
Yep, those are Duros, yeah.
Gentlemen, I guess you didn't hear what I said. The Empire has closed us down. Now, I know this sort of thing happens all the time. I'm sure it's just temporary, but Fellas, the party is over! How dare you? You stop that! Stop talk! It's all right. I'll reason. Kelly, Sutton, come on, you guys. Haven't I always lent you money? Ludlow, you of all creatures, please do me a favor and leave. Ludlow, you're
Greedo.
heartless. Thorpe,
Call him
after all
Ludlow.
I've done for you.
That's not even my name. I'm Greedo.
Just back from the dead.
Yeah. It's Greedo's identical twin brother.
What is that
Ludlow.
Oh, I've seen one of those before.
Closed. Look, I'm
So she's got like a personal connection with every character here. Like she's lent them money and helped them through all this stuff, and all she wants them to do now and to return the favor is just to leave because the Empire's going to kill everyone. And they're like, nah, girl, I'm staying.
Yeah. They're like, nah, I'd rather stay here. Yeah.
What if she inspired Maz Kanata?
Or Sid from the Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Sid, yeah.
All right. I can take a hint.
Duros is flailing around.
This one's on the house.
Thirsty.
And then she gives them all around on the house after they refuse to leave.
No wonder they keep rioting. Just keep getting free drinks.
She's just a sucker. That's what this is about.
It's an abusive relationship. They're all taking and they're giving her nothing in return.
This is very true.
Just one more round, friend. Then homeward bound.
Just one.
God, joke's on them. It comes with a tune.
Oh my! Not another musical number.
They just wanted a drink. Instead, they get a tune.
And then so long, friend. The nights get shorter, it seems. Just one more rhyme, friend. Yes, it's a crime, friend. But you know time, friend.
It's like a full-on like musical theater song.
Yeah. It's a Star Wars musical that no one ever wanted to see.
Wow.
Nor do they ask for.
No. Yeah.
And they're playing that melody.
The same tune.
They only know one song.
That's right. Play that same song again.
This is a rat? What? That's just a really big rat.
This is a giant rat. It's Master Splinter.
Where did they get that?
The Ninja Turtle set next door.
We may not thrive, friend, but we survive, friend.
I don't know what it is about this woman singing, but it kind of reminds me of the Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Yes, totally. Totally. She's Ursula.
Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Do.
Yeah, I like the slowed down version of the.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
He's got both his arms back.
Panda Babar.
Yeah, what's his name? Panda Baba?
Ponda
Baba?
Yeah. Maybe this is a prequel. It's before Greedo died, before Ponda lost his arm. This was like the exact moment before Obi-Wan and Luke like showed up. They're like hanging out, like dancing, and like having a good time. And then Obi-Wan and Luke show up and just like cause all this commotion. Greedo dies.
It's all just a big miscommunication story.
It'd be a funny cut to do this, and then just like immediately cut to them like coming in. You should put that on the Star Wars Escape Pod YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh, it's like I don't know if you guys ever watched the Oral Nuts, the audio versions of Star Wars that they made a whole new story out of. But,
yeah, I've seen them.
You know, they kind of villainize the Jedi a little bit and turn them into these basically these lunatics that are always on drugs.
Yeah, they're really high, and they're clubbers.
Yeah.
They're European clubbers.
Yeah, they're clubbers. Yeah, and midi-chlorians is just another way to say it's ecstasy. And then it's so funny. But the moment where they go into the cantina, like with Obi-Wan and Luke, I'm pretty sure they just did the same thing where. Like the whole chopping off of Ponda Baba's arm and everything is just like a miscommunication effort.
That's Robot Chicken.
I like that robe. No, I like that. I like that red. I like that.
Yes.
And then
Robot Chicken did that.
They did that too.
He's like a painter, and he's like, oh wow, like I really like a robe. It's such a nice color. He's like, no, he means you no harm. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's not what I said. And then immediately gets his arm cut off.
Like you.
I really like you. He doesn't
that's not what I said at all.
He's like, I've got art galleries on every planet. He's got the death sentence on every planet.
It's been so long since I've seen those. Oh, man.
They're really good. That's probably my favorite bit is that one.
Yeah.
Oh
goodness.
Man. No, my favorite.
They're still watching it?
Oh, wow.
I thought that whole scene was just taking place after the announcement, but these guys were standing there and watching all of that.
At that important Imperial message.
So was there a camera there somewhere following the action that they were able to see it from?
I guess so. Look, none of this lines up with Star Wars. Look at that antenna on the walkie-talkie. Like, what happened to comlinks?
Yeah.
You stay here.
The quality's getting worse as the
Male
movie goes
missing
on.
from this house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I want you to be here when he returns. It's
I can't even tell that he has a scar on his face anymore. These guys have just spent so long in this house just watching movies.
Oh, yeah.
Return to base. Return to base.
Lumpy's still playing with his typewriter. Yeah, gotta go and check on the kid one more time and destroy his last toy.
The Star Wars Holiday Special will continue in a moment.
Oh, another commercial break.
Sue?
Enjoy.
What's wrong? Oh, one of those headaches. Better get something strong. Strong, okay, but safety concerns me. That's why I use Anacin. Tell her, Fred.
Sure, all of these are safe used as directed, but Anacin combines that safety with extra strength. More strength than any regular headache tablet.
Strength with safety. That's common sense.
Anacin combines safety you expect with extra strength you want.
What do you think the chances are it was removed from the market?
The fact that it's not around anymore is not a good sign.
Exactly.
Clothes you wash in Woolite.
Do you guys remember back in the day?
I think a lot of them were bought out by Tylenol.
So safe, knits stay in
Yeah,
shape.
maybe. Well, back in the day, they had a weight loss pill, and then they found out that there was actually a tapeworm in the pill. So they were actually
Oh, wow.
giving people. Yeah,
Tapeworms.
there was a huge lawsuit.
Brutal.
That's one way to lose weight.
It's true. Probably wouldn't notice till it gets long enough to stick out the back end.
The
things that slid by in the 70s.
Pantyhose with cool, comfortable cotton, not just in one spot, but inside the whole panty. Now we got real panties in our pantyhose. It's shearing down.
Till November 25th. Buy one,
These
get one.
jingles are bizarre.
Oh, yeah. Here's a fun fact. Because James Earl Jones was originally uncredited in Star Wars, the special, like the holiday special, marked the first time that he was actually credited as the voice of Darth Vader.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure in the re-releases they fixed it, but
Yeah.
in the first, if you have a first edition copy of Star Wars, then yeah, his name's not in the credits.
He's not in it at all.
No.
That's crazy. Because I believe didn't it become the opposite where like David Prowse was forgotten?
Maybe, I don't know.
Sky on Flying High when the girls
I gotta spread out the fun facts, you know.
Pam has a great layover.
Nothing very fun about this.
Well, you might as well fill in some facts while we're watching ads.
Yeah.
With the girls from Flying High. Next.
There's a lot of tearaway pants in this show.
There is.
Little cats from Lincoln Mercury are top
Maybe the Star Wars Christmas special would be better with more tearaway pants. Maybe itchy.
Man, this was the Star Wars holiday special. It makes me wonder how much more money they had to pay to like have their commercial amongst the show, you know?
Honestly, I think most of their budget went to just getting the cast, like the original, like the cast from the film.
The budget of this holiday special is probably built on these commercials.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, the whole network is, right?
Yeah.
Great. It's the best movie I've seen. The Wiz is exciting. It's beautiful. The Wiz. It's joy. It's laughter. It's music. It's humor. The Wiz. Rated G.
The Wiz, now in its third dazzling week at the York Road.
I gotta take The Wiz.
70 million.
Oh man. You're in the first row to take the Wiz?
I am. Gonna go to the other room and take the Wiz.
Oh, here we go.
Like,
give me that last toy.
Destroy one of your toys.
Oh man,
give it to me so I can bash it on the ground.
I bet you're the one that tore apart my bed.
I knew it. He went up there just to kill the typewriter.
It's Chewbacca! Save the day, Chewbacca!
He made it.
Oh, so intense. Why doesn't he shoot? It doesn't make any sense.
I was like,
whoa! Oh!
Just tricks him in the jumping. That's amazing.
Trips over his own gun and just falls to his death.
Oh, jeez.
It's okay, everybody. He's gone. How are you?
What about the rest of them?
He's gone.
Yeah, what about the rest?
Son's been doing your garage.
Wasn't there another stormtrooper and 2 Imperial officers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're all watching the VR porn right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
You look as long. He's sure grown, huh? I think his voice has changed.
His voice is changing. Oh, look at that lump on your throat. It's sure grown, hasn't it?
A lot of trees. Chewie, check and see the books, will you? You're like family.
He's not sticking around for Life Day?
Bye, everybody.
Probably can't take all the growling.
That's all they got from Harrison Ford.
That's all I can afford.
That's got to be the #1 death scene of a stormtrooper I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, when he trips over his own gun and breaks through a railing.
It was
and
more
falls
than
to his
that.
death.
He tries to psych him into jumping that way, and then he just, so good.
You have to clip that part and put it on the channel too.
I'm sure you can find GIFs online about it.
Oh, probably. So romantic. All film has led up to this moment.
Finally giving the audiences what they wanted to see from the beginning. 4 Wookiees in one scene.
Yeah.
I've watched almost 12 Star Wars films. This is all I ever wanted.
Soap opera, about Wookiees.
All Wookiees, all the time.
So Mala is actually played by a dude named Mickey Morton.
Really?
Yep. They're back.
So where did V-neck guy go? Did he just leave too?
Yeah, he left a while ago.
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
Glad you're home, Chewbacca.
Hey, you remember when Harrison Ford talked about the fact that his costume had a giant collar that made him look like Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what this guy has.
This is a general
New episode.
Calling Officer B4711. Officer B4711. We are unable to reach you on your comm link. Is there a problem? You are instructed to turn on your comm link immediately.
Just sends that to the entire planet.
Yeah, like one stormtrooper is not checking in. They're like, well, send a planet-wide transmission.
It's our only solution.
Also, are stormtroopers officers? Because I'm pretty sure they're not
Two-way
officers.
Communication, Trader Sondan. Is this a report about the missing trooper?
It is, sir.
You're right. Yeah.
They are not.
11 was here with 3
Makes
other
no
men.
sense.
They left and he remained. As soon as they had gone, he packed a lot of food from this house and he robbed me blind. Then he took off for the hills.
Very
Took
well,
off for
we'll
the
send out a
hills.
search.
Took off for the hills.
Yes, sir. Identification is very important. Helps you maintain contact with the Empire at times like this. Bumpy. Itchy. Nala.
Scratchy.
Today is for you.
Poochie.
Have a wonderful celebration.
Itchy. Scratchy.
Poochie.
May the force be with you.
So is he like an Imperial spy then? Or well, a rebel spy that works in the Imperial?
Well, no, because he told that officer that the stormtrooper robbed him blind and ran to the hills.
Yeah, and then he said it's good to maintain contact with the Empire. So is he kind of? Yeah, he must be some sort of.
Guess maybe, but I don't know. I feel like he just called in and said, "Oh, he robbed me and ran off."
I don't
He
think
just
that's
didn't
the guy
bother
from-
looking.
He's the guy from Indiana Jones 4. Wait, you're a double agent? And then later in the movie, no, wait, you're a triple agent? No,
Yeah.
There you
it's
go.
not about being a double.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you're giving the movie far too much credit. I think he was just like, oh, I need to answer for plot reasons. There's a
Yeah.
quick solution to the conflict that was just presented.
Oh, thank goodness! Life Day celebration. They have jack-o'-lanterns.
Snow globes.
And a fog machine, apparently.
What?
And Jedi robes.
They all have spacesuits on.
I think
Are
they're
they
like red
monks?
robes. They're red robes. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing.
Traditional.
Is Chewbacca in a cult? Chewie, don't drink the Kool-Aid. What is happening? They're walking into a sun.
Is that it?
Get some happiness going. Spread a little cheer.
That must be it. I didn't make it. They went to the general hospital.
Another commercial break.
To wish folks well, complete with
So,
pennies for good luck.
a little bit of
And you're
an insight on Life Day.
good wishes almost
It's a
anywhere.
Wookiee holiday, celebrated family, joy, and harmony, values and tenets of Wookiee culture, traditionally held at the Tree of Life on the forested Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk. Celebrations were held by people across the stars after the dark times of the Empire. And making the Wookiee holiday their own, people marked the day with festive decor, lights, feasts, and music where sentients were reminded of compassion, the promise of the Tree of Life. So they've actually referenced it a few times, more recently in the canon with the Life Day #1 Marvel comic, but they also actually released a book called The Life Day Treasury, which came out not too long ago on September 7th. And it was called Life Day Treasury: Holidays, Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away. It was a bunch of short stories similar to the Myths and Fables, Dark Legends books. And there was 8 short stories that were in that collection, and they all have to do with Life Day. So, yeah.
It's cool.
$300 for a blazer? Not for me. If you shop well...
How do you think the critics like this? I got to open it right now. Just take a wild guess.
Dressing well doesn't take a lot of money. It just takes good sense.
0%.
Yeah, I'm going to say there was probably 0 out of whatever the number was.
The ventilated cotton line panel means you're always comfortable.
All right, the film on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 27% approval, based on 15 reviews, with an average of 3.03 out of 10.
Those are trolls, man. No way.
That's still more than I thought. Yeah, that's still more than I think it deserves.
I'm sure there's just a lot of sarcastic ones that are like a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
Blake probably made one of them at least.
Yeah.
On his third review.
Maybe about. Well, I viewed it 4 times, so there's got to be at least 4 reviews.
Well, here we go.
There you go.
3PO and R2 showing up.
Happy Life Day, everyone.
Ominous growling.
The chorus of Wookiees.
Yes, Uncle. It is indeed true that at times like this, Artu and I wish that we were more than just mechanical beings. And were really alive, so that we could share your feelings with you. Chewbacca!
So that we could kill ourselves.
So
We'll not have to experience this anymore.
This unimaginable agony.
I think this was the movie when Harrison Ford started to dislike being Han Solo.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
This was the moment.
No matter how different we appear, we're all the same in our struggle against the powers of evil and darkness. I hope that this day will always be a day of joy in which we can reconfirm our dedication and our courage, and more than anything else.
So maybe they felt bad that Chewie didn't get the medal in A New Hope, so this was the making up for it. So they honor Chewie instead.
That's a fair point.
She has Carrie Fisher as a musical number?
Yeah.
She actually sings.
Singing, is it?
Yeah, she can actually sing. Yeah.
Is it somebody else singing, or is it actually her?
It sounds like it's her.
Sounds like her. No, she was classically trained in the UK, so she probably could sing.
Oh, there you go. She doesn't look like she's lip syncing.
No, she doesn't. I feel like it'd be really obvious. You're a 1970s television film.
Yeah, definitely.
You mean this 1970s television film?
Fair.
There are some 1970s television films, i.e. the original Star Wars, that were
It's
not
not a
bad.
television film.
Oh, sorry, you're right, television film. That's
It's
fair.
theatrical.
That's fair. You're right. That's a technicality I wasn't listening to.
Did they give lyrics to the Star Wars theme song? Is that what this is?
I don't want to hear it associated because then I'm going to hear that every time I hear this theme song.
That's a fair point.
I don't want to listen any closer.
Yeah, I think you're right, Josh. I wasn't paying attention enough.
Yeah, the jingle was there.
Yeah. We gotta write a song. We don't have enough time to write our own original content.
I'll just poach
end off with the Toronto song. What do you think of when you hear this song? Do you think of the end of New Hope, or do you think of like passing the levels in the Lego Star Wars games?
I think of
New Hope.
New Hope, but
do you remember? I remember. Do you remember when? I remember. Remember the Dejek?
Oh,
remember
man,
the
now it's
Chewbacca?
Like, hey, remember the movie that you
Remember the
guys
Star
actually
Wars?
Yeah. Do you remember the Star Wars?
To be fair, at this point, they didn't really release it a home video, so people had only seen it in theaters. It had probably been a while.
Right, yeah. It may have actually still been in theaters, because A New Hope was in theaters a long time.
Huh?
Yeah.
So you
Still
could
kind
watch
of a cheap move just to like play the like footage from the movie that is based on,
True.
like right after like you show like that nightmare that we just watched. And
So,
then
Josh, are you
presumed
saying-
to think they're the same?
that there's some families that would have went and watched the film and then immediately came home and watched the Star Wars Christmas special?
Possibly. It said...
kind of air freshener.
Okay, it says on this one site that it was in theaters for 6 months, and in some other ones it was in theaters for a year.
A year.
Twice as fresh, works
Yeah.
twice as hard. Like you.
Could you imagine a movie
Twice
being in
as
theaters
fresh.
for a
The
year
fresh air
now?
freshener's so effective,
It's
it
pretty
works
nuts,
2
right?
ways.
That's crazy.
Star Wars. You and your children loved it. Now, the Earthlings at Kenner have asked my associate and me to present the Star Wars collection. Truly remarkable toys and games
Oh,
for
the
your
Kenner
children.
Collection
What are you so
advertiser.
excited about now? My goodness, the Star Wars TIE Fighter and X-Wing fight. Now your children can relive
at
our
that.
great space battles or collect our wonderful Star Wars companions with Kenner's Star Wars action figures. R2, it's a little you. Kenner's new radio-controlled R2-D2 anyone can
It's a little you.
Oh, the Star Wars land speeder that moves like it's floating.
I hope there's an ad for the lightsabers that are balloons.
Force of action. A trash companion too. Listen, R2. That's the
Dude, this
Star
is
Wars
crazy.
electronic laser battle.
I've never
A
seen this
game of
before.
Speed, reflex, and reaction. These and other toys and games.
yeah, wherever
in
you
Kenner's Star
found, this
Wars
is the right
collection are
copy to
so
find.
simple. That
of
is
this
not
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Recorded
and
right
your
off
children.
live television.
Oh, yeah. This
You
is
get
just
it-
straight from someone's DVR.
You get it from the era. Star Wars
I'm
Kenner.
just a weekend photographer,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Because I don't
Star
take
Wars
pictures
Kenner.
of
that's
myself
okay.
myself.
It's a brand.
That's the way I
My
feel.
dreams are failing because I never made it. But that's
I
okay.
tried this, but I was impressed with Colony's take.
Here's another fun fact. In 2008, the holiday special was selected to be shown at the Pally Center for Media by 59% of voters in an online poll of Christmas specials,
Impress yourself.
beating out Charlie Brown Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No way.
Yeah.
None of those people must have seen it before.
I was actually expecting Disney to put it up for just the holiday season. I guess they're afraid that they'll lose viewership.
They've already got a lot of heat for Star Wars right now.
It's ranked as number 3 in the 5 goofiest moments of the Star Wars mythos in the 62nd issue of the UK's Star Wars magazine. TV Guide ranked it at number 11 of their 25 most hilarious holiday TV moments. Unintentionally hilarious.
I think it'd be really funny if someone at Disney uploaded it, Disney Plus, and put the director as Ryan Johnson. Just as a troll move.
Yeah.
I can see Josh working very hard to get hired just for his moment.
Just to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Day one.
Change the credits at the very end. Director
Yep.
Ryan Johnston. Writer.
Oh, there you go.
Ryan Johnson. Yeah, there you go. Mala. Mickey Morton. Hit the credits now.
Well, boys, you watched it. You sat through the whole thing.
Wow.
There you go.
So
They'll never do it again.
3 more times to catch up with Blake.
Honestly, I'm probably going to end up watching it again at some point. I just accepted that.
Josh, you invited me to this, and it was what, an hour and 15 minutes? You owe me an hour and 15 minutes.
Try an hour and 56. That's what it was.
What?
That's surprisingly long.
Started at 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was with the commercial breaks. It's surprisingly long. And,
yeah, that's true. We did have commercials. We actually watched the original runtime.
Yeah.
So George Lucas did not have any significant involvement in this production. And was reportedly unhappy with the results. In 1987, Lucas reportedly said of the special, I believe it was released on videotape. I'm not sure if they're going to rerun it on television or not. And then in May 2005, in an interview, Lucas was asked if the film had soared him on working in television. And he replied, well, the special in 1978 really didn't have much to do with us, I can't remember what network is on, but the thing is, they did it, and we kind of let them do it. And it was done by, well, I can't even remember who the group was, but they were variety TV guys. And we let them use the characters and stuff, and that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do because you learn from those experiences.
What does Dave Filoni say about it?
I don't know. Actually, this is not on here.
Dave would have been a kid when this came out, right?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I think he would have been a little kid.
He might have watched this as it was live.
Let's look this up. Holiday special of Dave Filoni.
I'd be very curious to hear about that.
John Favreau really loves the holiday special. What's this? No, it's not true. It's impossible.
I mean, Boba Fett comes out tomorrow. How much do you want to bet that it's just the original showing of Boba Fett from the holiday special?
Here, Filoni explained that the pair would often come up with ideas for episodes over the phone. I think this is in regards to Mandalorian. And he said, though it was clearly he grates when it comes to terms with Favreau's much love for the misaligned TV movie. It's really fun reading John's take on, and sometimes I would read the scripts and be like, oh, the holiday special is back, and I'd give him a hard time about it. Favreau was quick to defend himself. Well, it happened, and it's there.
So it was kind of like an inside joke of an insult, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. As for whether or not the Iron Man director would have a new take on the holiday special, he said, I'm open to it, Favreau stated as he walked off the stage. What a note to leave on. I guess this was at some sort of, press conference thing. Now Disney all needs to do is make a Star Wars holiday special and add it to Disney Plus, which they have not done yet. Although they did do a Star Wars Lego holiday special. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you guys have seen that. That was like a year ago that they did that.
Last year, right?
Seen it.
Yeah.
I believe I just watched it.
This website also says there is some Wookiee VR porn.
That's an actual quote.
That's an actual quote from this other source, a news site called Nerdist. So, people have heard of Nerdist before.
I feel like their wording on that whole scene could have been a lot better. It's left very ambiguous to seem a lot dirtier than it probably should be.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on this holiday special?
What was the budget for this,
that's over?
Josh?
Actually, I don't know. Holiday special. Let's look this up. Star Wars budget. $1 million.
That's it?
Way too much.
$1 million?
Back in 1977.
Yeah, what's that in modern dollars?
And what was A New Hope?
That's a good question.
Comparison is what was A New Hope? The budget for A New Hope.
My goodness. A New Hope budget. That was $11 million. So $1 million got you this.
So this was a tenth of the budget, but it was like 0.1% of the quality and the storytelling.
Yeah. I was saying because it was.
It's not
a
relative. It's not relative to the budget whatsoever. Like you could, with $1 million, you should have been able to do way more with this. Like even those group scenes of like in the cantina with all those monsters, they had all those puppets and everything. They had they obviously had like some level of competence, but there was nothing. There's no substance to it.
They got to reuse all the characters and all the costumes from the films.
That's crazy. They squandered.
Inflation wise, as of next year, $1 million would be the equivalent to $4,263,000.
Isn't that like a Game of Thrones episode?
No, Game of Thrones was 10 million an episode.
Oh yeah, it got there eventually. Yeah, it got there eventually.
Really? What about season 1 though?
Season. Let me.
You have to look it up. I just think it'd be less than 10.
Season 1 budget. So the pilot cost between 5 and 10. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty close.
The whole season was about 50 million.
Yeah, pretty close. It rose as it went on, but
for sure.
Yeah, the first episode is close to between 5 and 10 million.
So it should have been a lot better.
I mean, and it should have been significantly better. They could have done a much better job with it. And but the fact that it wasn't done by George Lucas, they just lent out the characters and the licensing, and that was it. It was done by some complete other
who didn't respect the property at all.
No, they didn't respect the property, the license.
I mean, it was the 70s. People just cash it in on holiday specials.
Imagine being given like the hottest new like franchise. I mean, like here, make a holiday special on that movie that everyone loved, and just making this.
I don't think they realized. They didn't realize what they had. Like they didn't realize the. I don't know.
I mean, wasn't like the first few screenings like just packed around, like lined up around the street? Like I thought that Star Wars was pretty well known. People were freaking out about it, and that's why they made this.
Franchising wasn't really a thing back then, though, right?
No, but I feel like you should, like anyone who's given the rights to make a movie based on this, they should have known like that people really cared about it and liked it and were excited about it. And maybe you should have done some effort to try to understand why people liked it instead of just being like, oh yeah, they liked it because of all the weird creatures in the music videos
and all those songs that Carrie Fisher was singing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that at the time, the shows didn't get sequels. That was a very rare thing. Mm-hmm. And so everyone probably expected Star Wars to die out like every other thing, right? Every other show.
Yeah.
So they probably thought, oh, let's just cash in. By next year, everyone will have forgotten about this and be on to the next show, next big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just, here's the characters. There you go.
Even if you just look at it, not even forget for a minute that it's Star Wars at all. Just look at it from like a story. The main plot comes from like, what is it? Chewie and Han are trying to get home for Christmas, but the main characters that we follow have no effect on the plot. Like all they do is just like watch videos. And so like you're watching like the whole time you're like, why are we watching these characters? They can't affect the main plot at all. They're all just subplot.
What's funny is I actually wrote a story for a video I was supposed to record for like 9th grade filmography, whatever I was doing, like computer class. And it was basically that. It was, I'm just going to have the character watch television at certain points and interject the scenes that I liked from other shows, like The Simpsons and Futurama. That's basically what they did for this.
And you were in grade 9. This guy was given $1 million budget. You should have been able to outperform in grade 9.
It's the same storyline.
Yeah. Man, I bet a lot of the budget went towards that animated short with Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably a little.
Would probably been expensive, yeah.
But like, at what cost? Like, why did it need all that? Like, why couldn't it have just been a simple story that people wanted to watch? Like, why did they?
Even holiday specials, like
it tried to be way too many things at once.
Yeah.
If they tried, even honestly, if they even tried to be more in line with what we got with the Ewok movies, I think it would have been significantly better.
Yeah, like a quest story.
Just something, anything. Not just random stuff thrown at the screen.
Was there ever another franchise title, maybe like Star Trek or something, that did a holiday special that perhaps they were trying to maybe cash in on the hype, I guess, of a big movie? And then,
well, there's Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, they never did a Star Trek holiday special. They just had in the original series, like as most shows do, like Star Trek themed episodes.
Yeah, but it was already TV, so they could easily do a Christmas special.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of a Christmas inspired episode, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
did it seem weird? Like when you watched it, was it like kind of out there as far as a plot, because they had to incorporate Christmas somehow? Did it ever feel a little odd?
Yeah, but not like this. Like Blake's right. Like this was a movie, and then they came out with like a TV kind of movie.
Spin-off.
So it was like, whereas like a TV show, every TV show runs all year, and you eventually get to a Christmas time of year, and a lot of shows do like a Christmas thing. But yeah, I mean, it didn't feel out of place for a 70s show for the original Star Trek. If you were to do it nowadays, then it would be so weird.
But even then, you can say to the fact that Star Trek is Earth, just in the future, so they might still celebrate Christmas. Star Wars is supposed to be this entirely different thing, which is why they did Life Day. But it's still, seems awkward.
It's forced for sure.
So let's pretend right now it's 1978 or whatever this is, and they come to us and say, "Okay, we need you to pitch the holiday special. How do we make this better? How do we pitch this? We have access to 1976 Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. How do you make a holiday special that's good?"
Not a variety show.
No, yeah. What's your idea, Cal? I feel like
I was thinking I feel like the only part of this movie that I was like a little bit like, oh, interesting. Like the only moment was when they said there's a missing stormtrooper and he hasn't responded. I was like, okay, that should have happened right at the very beginning of the movie. There should have been some accident and the stormtrooper died, and the whole time they're trying to prepare for Christmas or Life Day, and they have to try to cover up the fact that there's a dead stormtrooper.
Right. That would have been way more interesting.
Instead, we have these stormtroopers just bumbling around, destroying toys and decapitating banthas. And there's no stakes. There's no stakes whatsoever. The audience isn't in on the thing they're trying to hide, right? And they could have
Calvin the filmmaker. You're gonna be the guy that fixes the holiday special.
That should be your next project, please.
Next project, I'll remake the holiday special.
Redo it. What I don't get is, if they had the original cast, why wasn't it about them? Was it a budgetary thing? Like, it had to be, right?
Time.
Yeah, they were like, we're only committing to 170 seconds of on-screen time.
It's pretty quick.
It's probably their agents probably said you have half a day for Mark Hamill and you have half a day for Harrison Ford, and then the Wookiees are like, who cares? Like, they're just people in costumes you can shoot for 3 weeks if you want.
Well, was that Peter? Right. What's his name for Chewbacca?
Peter Mayhew.
Yeah, was that Peter Mayhew the whole time?
I think so.
Yeah, his name was in the credits.
Yeah, I guess he was only in this as often as Harrison Ford was, though. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He could have been in it more. I feel like that would have been reasonable.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that.
Probably Anthony Daniels as well.
Far more interesting. Yeah, I think Daniels had a lot of lines.
They resolved that conflict so quickly, like they immediately, and the next scene it was completely resolved.
It builds up for like an
the
hour
stormtrooper robbed us. He ran away.
Oh, okay. Oh, son of a See, dude.
Bye.
Apparently,
I totally believe you. This is not suspicious whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, Alec Guinness was in this. He's got an archive footage. There's archive footage that was in this.
Oh, it was at the very end. Remember, they showed all this footage from like.
Oh, that's what it was.
From the film.
Right.
Yeah. It's from the movie.
I was trying to think. I was like, where was he in that thing? But no, I guess, yeah.
He was one of the Wookiees. He was
in costume.
It's funny when you watch
played
it.
Itchy.
It's funny when you watch it because you can tell what was done. The fact that it wasn't really done by Lucasfilm at all, it's kind of an obvious like sore thumb as far as why Disney hasn't put it up on the Disney Plus. It's probably not even. I don't know if they own CBS or not, but like it's probably not even
affiliated.
theirs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like maybe it's just like no man's territory. Like who actually owns it?
Could
no
be.
idea.
That's a really good point.
But the other thing is like, I mean, where was I going with this? Never mind.
You're saying something about Lucasfilm. I think you're saying something about Lucasfilm and the effects. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, man, what was I saying? Yeah, I was trying to.
It's a sore thumb. You said it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I had some.
I thought it was interesting how you can very clearly see when it was like an old.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So the fact that it wasn't Lucasfilm, you can tell when it's like a proper, budgetary film thing because all the sequences and shots that they use from A New Hope or whatever are so much more clear than the stuff that this other company did for the holiday special, which is all grainy and blurry and stuff like that. And then
do they have different cameras for TV versus film in the 70s?
Yeah, like much more.
Yeah, because they were like broadcast cameras versus like proper full stock film camera, like full app 35 millimeter film.
Even
like,
if
they're so cheap. Mm-hmm. They would just been bad at worse quality. And then also like the lights as well. Like Josh is pointing out, like you could see in the Millennium Falcon cockpit, you could tell right away when they're like cheap TV lights versus like whatever they spent, like the budget's far bigger for like a film. And just the way the lenses they chose and everything about it, it's just like you can immediately see the difference between like broadcast quality and feature quality.
Yeah.
Especially in the 70s.
Exactly. Yeah. In the 70s, it's very apparent. So it's almost like today, flipping back and forth between cable television, like your local news, it might be HD or whatever you want to call it, but it's still pretty bad compared to like, maybe a 4K streamable movie on Disney or something like that. You flip back and forth. It's like the difference is like, it's unbelievable. So, back in the 70s when cameras were even more worse and like, an actual good camera was a lot of money, and then TV cameras were really, really bad. Like it's
and just the whole thing was lit like a sitcom where everything is ambiently lit. There's no like focal point. There's no like attention to like cinematography and making things look beautiful. It's just like make it bright and we can see everything. Yeah. That's all we care about.
Yeah, exactly.
See all the things.
See all the things. See all those broken toys.
But honestly, I think if they
all the banthas,
all the banthas.
Were there any like Kerner toys that was like decapitated bantha toy from their special? Broken tape recorder.
Was there actually holiday special toys? I'm actually curious about even that.
I don't know if they would go as far as to do that. I think George Lucas took one look at this thing and probably didn't even want to cash in on any part of it, right? But they did have the Star Wars Kenner commercial at the very end, so I guess they did kind of milk that because Empire Strikes Back was built on the sales of all the toys and everything, right?
Right.
That's part of the reason why the original Star Wars film is like the only one that kind of remained a bit more. I guess it was a bit more ambiguous as to who fully owned the rights when all this sale was going on with Disney and Fox and everything like that. And, now, of course, they own it because they bought Fox anyways. But for a while, I think anytime they redistributed the films, George had to go through the permissions of 20th Century Fox and stuff to do because they still owned like A New Hope technically, or the majority of it. And Empire and the sequels, and especially the prequels, like they just had distribution rights and nothing else because he paid for them himself. And it was fully on the merchandise, like, the success of the action figures and stuff that paid for the sequels. So, it's, I don't know, maybe the holiday special had something to do with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him.
Oh, here we go. I see you sent me a picture.
Yeah, so I looked it up and they actually... Kenner did have a lineup of toys for the holiday special, but they weren't done in time. And after the special bombed, they just canceled the entire lineup. But the prototypes that were released as images, and they had like proper photographers take pictures of the toys and everything, were like Chewbacca's family. So you have like Itchy and Scratchy and Mala.
Crunchy and squishy.
Crunchy.
Yeah, you're right.
Crusty.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Krusty the Baka.
They're prototypes, so you can't actually buy these. But I don't
Correct.
know. It's,
yeah, they never officially released them, but they did make them.
Yeah, it's funny, the blogger site that's actually talking about these things, it says, in the end, Kenner wound up scrapping the whole thing, either because the show was a disappointment or because the selling window was too small.
I wonder which one it was.
It's probably both.
I would be actually curious to hear the opinion or review of the Star Wars Christmas special from someone who was of a child's age when it came out, of what they thought at that point.
Yeah, like it's so nostalgic. I watch it every year at Christmas. It just reminds me of my childhood.
I'm sure Dan would probably be able to say something. Well, he was on a while ago talking about VR stuff, but next time he comes on again, I'll be sure to ask him about it.
It's a good question. Yeah. We should bring him on here and ask him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that being said, we've reached like 2.5 hours almost, so we should probably wrap things up. But any last minute things you guys want to bring up?
Josh, this is such great content. We got to just keep the ball rolling.
Is it?
So everyone wanted to watch. People have been waiting in line for this for years. It's been lost to the abyss of time.
I will say this. The holiday special has kind of remained, even though it was never a staple thing, right? Like people have never really forgotten about it, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But
in George's opinion, it's a bad thing.
Like you can buy a Hot Toys exclusive, like those lifelike things. You can buy a Boba Fett that's inspired in the paint job of the animation thing that he shows up in.
Yeah, the Boba Fett animation was like the only cool thing. Even the voice actor was actually pretty good. Like I thought of Boba Fett. It was actually it sounded almost a little bit like
Jeremy Bullock.
Yeah. And it kind of sounded like in between both of them. But I thought it was cool. Like I would have liked to watch like just a whole movie of that. I thought it would have been better.
That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah, it was a bit more interesting. Yeah. And you can get a small 3 3/4 inch action figure of the animated Boba Fett debut. It's never really gone away as far as stuff that you can still kind of buy, I guess, based on this thing. But it makes me wonder if anyone's out there with a family who watches this annually every year. I would love to know if that's even a thing
for you.
Josh, you're gonna love me for this, but I didn't realize in the animated version of Boba Fett, but looking at the Hot Toys holiday special Boba Fett, his helmet looks like Django.
Yeah, it's wider with like the wider.
It's got the blue.
It's got
the right blue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's like Django Fett totally. It's quite cool. I really like this actually. It's very cool.
And then of course his Ambin rifle thing, was then later a recycled idea in The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And the pistol looks like what Natalie Portman uses.
Totally.
It looks like the pistol that Din Djarin uses. Like because he's got a single sidearm, right? It looks exactly like that.
Oh, neat.
So. Yeah, there's some things that I guess even in the holiday special they just don't get thrown out, and then now even today, like Life Day, it's remained to be like a fan favorite term to use around the holidays, and the Marvel special, and they released a book. That's like 2 things in the span of 3 or 4 months.
In the Lego holiday special, they use the term Life Day as well, don't they?
Yeah, they used Life Day in there as well. And I believe they also did have Chewie's family show up, I think.
Well, throwback.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some sort of like nod to the original holiday special. And the fact that they called it the Lego Star Wars holiday special, because this is also the Star Wars holiday special, right? It's not Christmas special. It's not anything else. Like it's specifically Star Wars Holiday Special, and they just stuck the Lego logo right next to it, and you know, that's what they did. So yeah, between Wookiee porn and and an in-universe Star Wars movie on animation.
If you ask me, that's pretty good life day.
Seen the weirdest of weirdest, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, I guess we got a lot of stuff around the corner. Book of Boba comes out tomorrow, and this weekend, we got to celebrate the new year with the ultimate Star Wars trivia that we did a year ago, which since then enough Star Wars content's come out that there's even going to be more questions to randomize through. So hope everyone's been brushing up on their Star Wars lore and stuff in preparation for this new contest of champions.
Will there be questions on the High Republic?
There will be. There will be questions on the High Republic. There's going to be everything that came out this past year. There's going to be a question, at least one question to represent each item. So it builds as Star Wars builds. This ultimate Star Wars trivia game also builds. So
you should have Josh. You should have like a contest or something for like a fan to join the trivia. Yeah, you should. I've
long thought about doing like a live show at some point, but now it's trying to find a platform that's actually feasible to do it on. But I don't know, we've got a decent amount of maybe Twitter followers, so maybe sending it through Twitter Spaces is a thing.
Or you have like a draw, like one person gets to come on the show and be part of it.
Yeah, I should do something like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess hopefully you guys can tune in on or take part in the trivia. And thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, just gonna wish everyone Happy Life Day.
All right, guys, thanks so much for sticking with us. If you made it this far to the very end of the show, then I applaud you. I applaud you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us on the show. And hope you guys enjoyed the audio presentation as well as some of the jokes we've been going at. Holiday special is just one of those things you just make fun of, right? So, it's a good time. But we got, on a more serious note, the Book of Boba coming out tomorrow. Actually, as of right now, I think when we launch this episode, it will have the same date, being the 29th as the Book of Boba Fett. We're going to launch that premiere for the episode as soon as it comes out, or at least a couple hours after, in the evening. Or the 29th in the evening, we're gonna launch the premiere commentary, or I guess after show, talking about this premiere episode of that show. And if you guys don't want to miss a beat, follow our Twitter at SW Escape Podcast, Instagram, as well as shoot us an email with any questions, comments, feedback, whatever. swescapepodcast@gmail.com. There's a link to our Discord in the description. Don't miss a beat when it comes to Star Wars news, new episode drops, all that stuff. You can stay on top of it right there, and we'd love to hear from you guys. So going into the new year, we also, like Calvin mentioned, gonna have some live shows going on and more listener kind of interaction with us. We'd love to do that with the new studio setup that we have going on now. That's going to be open very soon. So stay tuned for all that stuff, as well as the New Year Ultimate Star Wars Trivia right around the corner. May the Force be with you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.